I'm going to apologize if my computer shuts off on me because it's been doing that all fucking day. And apparently, computer people don't know how to fix computers anymore. Fuck it, spend 50
It
bucks, leave your computer there for 3 weeks. They're like, oh, there's no problem, there's nothing wrong with it. Bring it home, shuts off. It's
I
fucked.
well, did you
But
tell them about the 500 gigabytes of fucking Warhammer shit you have on that thing?
I did, actually. I was like, play it. I was like, actually play it and see if there's a problem, or let me know if you want to, like, I don't know, do anything. Like, play a game.
We actually have a little
Ryan,
thing going.
Ryan, when you get free time at some point,
Yeah.
let's
In the
have
distant
a
future.
meeting. Give me some of the behaviors and detailed specs. There's a limited amount that I can do
Yeah,
at
yeah, yeah.
at a distant sight unseen, but I've only spent the last 20 years doing that for
Oh,
some shit that's older than fuck. So
all right. I'll absolutely shoot you a little like here's this thing and let you know. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
If I'm Ryan, I'm
Um,
feeling 200% better right now.
It feels
It feels like computers are kind
my week has
computers
just
and
gotten so much better.
computer people are like just walking magic sometimes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Just wait a while, you know?
Actually, 99% of the time they don't fucking do anything to help. It seems.
Yeah.
At least in my experience. Anyway, welcome back everybody to Sharn, the city where things are happening for good or for ill. Last session, you resolved everything. It's done. You did it. The game war is over because you defeated all of the major gang threats that had come after you at the final moment to take your monies. You battered away Sidon Boromar. You left him running with his tail between his legs. Darwin betrayed House Darkanon and sent them down to an early grave. You also managed to, by purely, it seems, by the heroism of Nero, the courage of Nero, managed to get you guys out of a little issue with Dask and got you guys the money. That money was given to the Castleanters, 450,000 gold worth of the money. And you guys got 50, which was the original bargain. Before you were invited to a feast, and before you could attend that feast, and before anything else transpired, before that gold was actually used in the ritual, Gron, feeling the need to confess, went to the Templars of the Silver Flame and confessed probably one of the largest Dark Six Cabal things going on probably in Corvair, let alone over the past couple decades. A humongous inquisition was brought to Sharn. You were all detained, questioned, politics ensued. Fucking, the world almost caught on fire for a second month in a row. And in the end, Gron essentially put himself on the stand, a bit of a martyr, and allowed himself to kind of be treated as a misguided individual in order to save the rest of you. And was taken away to be rehabilitated, so to speak, back in Thrain. And the Castlelanters operation, at least at the top level, probably trickling down, was largely dismantled. The children were not saved, however. No matter how many words, alms, prayers, spells the Silver Flame cast, the children could not be spared, for the Keeper would take his toll. And those souls have been sent on to not Dolwood, but the Keeper himself. Leaving you all 450 gold pieces short. You have you have 50,000 gold you spread amongst yourselves. You've bought magic items. You've made certain deals with people in the city. Nero, as a reminder, you still have a boon with the Counselor of Middle Central. And certain people came around looking for handouts, and pretty much everybody who asked you for money got money off of you, which was great. A number of charities and so on may sort of appear as the game continues. But in the meantime, money has been spent, bastions are built, and time has progressed onward. However much time that is entirely up to you. But first things first, I want to hear about the bastions. I want to hear what went on there. If you haven't figured out your bastion yet, that's okay. We can very quickly figure it out here and now. And then maybe you improve upon it later. So, I want to see a raise of hands from people at the table. Raise your hand if you've got your bastion stuff done. If you know what you're doing. Okay, understood. So, here's what we'll do then. As sort of examples, one or more, we'll go through the people who have made their bastions. And then when we get to you three, we can quickly resolve what your preliminary bastion looks like, and you can improve it later on, or change it up later on, or, well, not change it up. We can build your bastion right now, and it'll be very quick. But in the meantime, why don't we start? I'm just going to go around from where my screen has it presented. Starting us off, Darwin. Where did you decide to have your bastion built? I would say I'll let you know if you're asking for a bit much as to where your bastion was built, but you could probably have it built in any of the lower districts, some of the middle districts even, if you wanted. Or it could be just sort of like improved upon in your current stay. Because you guys have 2 towers. One tower is for your club, and then the other tower could just be like a massive bastion tower, which is kind of cool. So, whatever you want. Where would you have liked to have built your bastion? And is anybody building theirs with you, as far as you know?
I like the idea of the Bastion Tower. So I personally began with a workshop because that is very much in keeping with Darwin. He's going to be tinkering and working and inventing and building stuff. That comes with 2 hirelings, I think, but not worried about doing any Bastion actions right now. And then also did Storehouse because I figure if I'm inventing stuff, I'm not going to need everything I invent. And so I as well have like a place where I can eventually like sell things off or what have you.
Excellent.
Then yeah, I figure Bastion Tower or that second tower probably like on a different level than our bedrooms. I would ask how, or it's something we could figure out later. Never mind. But yeah, that would be mine. Oh, and I figure I'll wait on the free spaces as far as like connecting halls and like entrances until we figure out like who else is in there. And I think it'd be cool to like kind of take a design as far as like fitting some floors together so it makes sense. But I did end up taking a courtyard because I like the idea of having a courtyard. So yeah.
Cool. Excellent. So I'm just gonna mark that all down. Quick question, Eric. I know you were wanting to do some spreadsheet stuff.
And it is, I put the link right in the Zoom chat.
Perfect. Thank you very much. All right. Excellent. And yeah, some of you are already in there, it seems. Yeah. Color. Yeah, you're a little color code. Excellent. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah. Excellent, Darwin, and thank you, Eric. So moving on, Nero, let's hit up you. Why don't you tell us and describe what you had built?
Okay, my main vision for what I had built is also, weirdly enough, a potential mage tower.
Yeah.
Will
no,
eventually
that's okay.
evolve into a mage tower.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm not sure where to put it exactly. Maybe sticking close to the others might be for the best. Who knows?
You could build it into the original place you're staying as well. Like you guys could have like maybe a series of towers, or maybe in the same tower, because they are very, very tall. Or if you wanted to have your own like mage tower close to the people, it could be the neighboring tower. Whatever you want.
Yeah, something like that. Let's go with
Cool.
that. Something like that.
Yeah, like the neighboring tower. That sounds good to you.
The neighboring tower, something like that. Yeah, let's. First off, amenities. I just basically I'm using a basic bedroom and kitchen. Some cramped ones to right off the bats.
Cool. Very cool.
And I'm also going to pick up an arcane study for myself because I am the only real dedicated mage in the group, full caster mage in the group.
Not
That-
true, cleric.
I mean, true. I get. Yeah, true. Good point. I
Nice
forgot.
try.
Yeah, I thought arcane
1v1 me,
magic.
bitch.
Arcane magic. Arcane magic.
The
Okay,
only
sorry.
that's true. You are a dedicated arcane full-caster. Absolutely,
That
absolutely.
is fair. That is fair.
Thank you. And I'll also take the storeroom just like Darwin because great minds think alike.
Yeah, fair
And-
enough.
And Nero's the guy who wants to make money.
That's very fair. I have every intention of making up some NPCs for your things. I also have intentions of building it here on Tailspire because I think that would be cool.
Yeah, cool.
If you guys decide to be close by to one another. And Eric, why don't you tell us about your bastion?
Well, I have every intention of shoehorning it into a communal space that just makes an abundance of sense.
Okay.
I made an assumption that I'm going to have the wealth-ish that Gron would have had available to him.
Yeah.
Ish. So to that end, my baseline spaces were a bedroom, and then kind of like a receiving or sitting room. I purchased a second bedroom with Philippe's background. He wanted to have a space where any ex-members of the of his unit could stop and stay.
Very nice.
So I also outfitted them with, a couple of closets, some connecting hallways. As far as the special spaces are concerned, I picked up a smithy and a barracks.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, excellent. Because I see that you wanted to create some extra stuff. What? Now I'll ask you this because you're the only one who seems at this time. For my people who weren't prepared, we're gonna say you guys didn't upgrade. Maybe upgrades is the benefit of having gotten it done in time. But I can see clearly that you wanted to do some upgrades. What is the most time-consuming upgrade on your list?
It's probably the extra bedroom, to be perfectly honest with you, because it's roomy sized. So adding a roomy bedroom in days is a 20-day or is a 45-day build clock.
Excellent. So then, just for fun, so that we can all have our wonderful upgrades starting it off, we'll say 45 days is our sort of minimum downtime post all the Gron stuff. So post a month. So that'll be like another month and a half-ish. That's our minimum, but we might expand on that depending on what you guys want to do. Excellent. So, Selena, Tali, and Katash, let's figure out your bastion. Now, it is very simple. It sounds complicated. It's very simple. First and foremost, my question to you three is, where would you like to build your bastion? These three are building them at Terminus Station near the Platinum Rest. Would you guys similarly wish to be located next to the party? Or is there somewhere else in the city you'd like to be located?
Next to the party for Selena.
Cool.
Would it actually be possible for me to have a separate one
Absolutely.
in the Halaster community?
Absolutely.
Hey.
Absolutely.
So it's a little hideout that we have.
Yeah, no problem at all. No problem at all. And
Yeah.
Tally? You want to have some very black and white. It's definitely lower than Vincent Trench's office with the, I don't know, a little more edgy.
Yeah, I guess I'll be somewhere near the party.
Do you want to rent out the loft on top of Vincent Trench's investigation?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
How much is it?
He is so
like
petty.
so I'm curious about the bastions, right? So
Yeah, myself
are,
as well.
are we just given bastions? Like is that what's happening?
So I'm gonna get into that. Like, there's a narrative reason why you would receive such things. And this narrative reason and inspiration for wanting to probably go into this dungeon is money. You guys were hoping for a very, very large payday. You lost about 90% of that, spent money on the magic items, and then I'll probably say that these bastions took some money out of you as well. I'm probably not gonna, like, I don't know, actually extract that money from you guys, but I'm just gonna say that, like, over the course of time, you had some rises and falls, and maybe you want to get some more money. So the idea is that due to your influence in town being unofficially the claimants of this big money, people were very willing to be like, yeah, it's a property, like, yeah, purchase it, hell yeah. So narratively speaking, you've been given a lot of leeway to purchase bastion sites, etc. Essentially.
Okay. So the money that we still have from the heist,
Yeah.
do we give that up because we're getting this, or
I'm gonna leave it to you guys to decide. I had planned to, like, let you guys keep your money, frankly, just because, like, above table, you worked hard for it.
Okay.
Might as well keep it, and then we could say, like, in the time that has passed, you've had some gains and losses. But I'll leave it to you guys. Do you, like, it's probably gonna be pretty obvious, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Do you think it's more interesting and fun to just, like, have what you have, and we say that, like, in the background you made some investments and whatever, and you've all kind of
Yes.
made here,
Yeah,
or
I
narratively
like
you're
what,
like a little down.
like if people want to spend money, they can upgrade like Gron did and have like roomier bedrooms and stuff like that. Or
Yeah.
there are certain
Yeah, it's still a
bastion
bit of money
facilities.
to upgrade. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's worth pointing out is that typically speaking in the system, the initial bastion comes free as a reward for some reason.
along with the one cramped basic facility, one roomy basic facility, and two special facilities, right?
Exactly. And then you can spend your money to purchase additional upgrades thereafter, whether that's the expansion of a room, the addition of a room, whatever. So, okay, so we're just going to say that, like, whether it is by somebody trying to gain favor with you guys, or maybe you spent money when you were up and now you're down, however it came about, you guys basically got these bastions for yourselves. It's an expansion of what you already had. Maybe the restaurant did really good one time. So yes, this isn't coming out of your pocket. So, okay, Selena, Tally, Katash, you guys are purchasing bastions. Selena's with the rest of the party. Tally is going to be near the party. Actually, at the end of the day, he's just building his on top of trenches, which is hilarious. And
Taking up tap dancing.
yeah, doing some music.
Studio.
And Katash, yours is going to be further
Yeah,
away
I
in
want
the
to
Halaster
leave that
Street.
open in the party if everyone thinks that's an okay idea. I feel like it would be good to have like a separate little hideout.
Okay,
Yeah, do what you want
that's
to
a
do.
good
man.
idea.
Yeah, and
Especially
this is,
if everything is together so we can all share in the end anyway, right?
yeah, and this is your, like, to be clear, like, these bastions are like your individual homes.
Yeah, character's place. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
so there's no
I just
foul
didn't want
play.
anyone to miss out on my facilities because I'm in a different location or anything. But
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I know what I want to do for mine. Yeah, it'll be in the Halaster sanctuary.
Perfect.
I'm tempted now to put it in up a door, but we'll figure that out later.
We're gonna say yours is where you are. You've already made your decision.
Okay.
Just to move things along.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so as it was said, what you three need to determine is the following. You are going to get two basic facilities to start. One is a cramped space, which is essentially like, it's like 10 by 10 room. You're also going to get a roomy facility, which is like more than that. It's like a 15 by 15, if I'm not mistaken.
Cramped is 4x4. It's 4 squares. 2x2.
So 5, 10.
10 by 10 feet,
20.
and then roomy is 20 by 20 feet.
Okay, 20 by 20. So a 10 by 10 room and a 20 by 20. So the three levels are exactly that. There's cramped, roomy, and fast. So you're getting a cramped and a roomy room. The three choices are, I'll post them in the Zoom chat for you three. Bedroom, dining room.
Darwin already has.
Already, thank you very much.
In
Excellent.
that Google sheet document, you can see all the basic facilities.
Exactly. So you three can make those decisions, what you would like to initially have installed. And I don't care if you had like some kind of other, essentially flavor facility that you wanted to replace with those basic facilities. I don't care. Go for it. You know, whatever.
Cocaine pit.
Yeah, a drug pit, fuck, whatever. This, and then 2 special facilities to choose from, which is slightly more complicated, but only slightly. So let me go around at your basics just to start, just to get that off the list, and then we can take these one things at a time. So, Colin, it sounds like you already know what you want to do. So let me hit you up first.
Yeah.
What would you like your basic facilities?
So I think I'll just do a. Is there any like actual like benefit to the basic ones or not really?
No,
Flavor.
no, they're
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
they're flavor space.
Yeah, it'll be like a come and go kitchen for Halaster that are hurt or need help.
Nice. Is
And
that roomy or
then
cramped?
that's cramped, so it'll just be a small kitchen.
Okay.
The roomy one will be a bedroom for Katosh. He'll have like a very small cot, and then he'll have a bunch of fold up beds in it so that
Oh.
people can come and drop by.
What a guy! What
Yeah.
a guy! Okay.
Just to thank the Halaster community, and it'll be like a sanctuary for them. And
Nice.
then for his special ones,
Yeah, no worries if you need a minute on that.
yeah, it's okay. I think I'll do the like a holy sanctuary to
Excellent.
the path of light,
Excellent.
and then what does the workshop do? Sorry.
Darwin, would you like to explain? I know you've got one.
Yeah, so workshop in the beginning, you can have them craft like the random odd end. So you get a selection of, there's 11 artisan tools. In the beginning, you can collect 6 of them, and then in one of the handbooks, those artisan tools can be used to make certain items.
Yeah.
So say like the alchemists, or no, alchemist isn't one, but like stonemasons say you can make block and tackle, so you can lift things or whatever. You can upgrade it later on to make like magic items, but that's not until like at least level 9, I want to say. And then there's something else with it, but I can't remember at this point.
I got you. It's you could use it as a source of inspiration. After spending a short rest, you gain heroic inspiration. So if you're like in the middle of the day and you're going to go do a big encounter, you could like go take a short rest in there and be like inspired by craft, essentially.
Okay. Okay. I think I knew what I would do. I'll do just an arcane study as well.
Okay. Excellent. Understood. Okay, moving right along. Tali, why don't I hit you up next?
Okay.
What are you feeling?
So I adjusted the first 2 for the roomy and cramped. The cramped is going to be a bedroom.
Okay.
The roomy is going to be a storage.
Sure.
And on that 3rd tab, say I wanted to get a storehouse. But I need to upgrade the facility, because all it says is you get like 2 special facilities. Does it matter like what size they are?
So the storehouse is special in that it's a level-based upgrade, so you cannot upgrade it out of the gate. It just, you could purchase it as soon as level 5, but at level 9 it upgrades itself, and then at level 13, and then at level 17.
Does it upgrade itself?
Yeah, I don't think like
the physical size I don't think changes.
The ability what you can
your
invest
ROI on your investment goes up.
Yeah, so exactly. So the storehouse, like, yeah, it doesn't upgrade financially. Some facilities can be enlarged financially, but yeah, as you level up, it provides you more and more gold.
Okay, that's fine. So cramped bedroom, I changed the storage into a roomy parlor.
Sure.
And then first special facility is going to be a storehouse.
And
And-
the last one.
This is going to be the tough one.
Yeah. The garden helps you make poisons, if that's something you're interested in.
Would be interesting. What if I
Uh,
got 2 storehouses?
I don't see why you couldn't.
Let's do that.
All right. Let me go to alphabetical close, percentage section. Yeah, unless anybody can think of some rule that I'm missing, I don't know if there's anything that actually says you can't take more than one.
There's no reason that I'm aware of that you can't.
Yeah.
There's an abundance of loss of opportunity, but
That's true.
that's a personal choice thing, and you run with it however you want to run with it.
Expand on that. What do you mean?
Well, you have a toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
You have opted to put 2 crescent wrenches in your toolbox, but no hammer. So when you need to put the painting on the wall, you're driving that nail with a crescent wrench.
Well, in fairness, the storehouse just means you're gonna make more money. You're more to invest, but you're gonna make more money. So if that's all you're thinking about, money, then go for it. But the other facilities provide you special ways to spend that money. So like if you're looking forward to a cool magical item, in fairness, you can probably lean on the other party's special facilities if they're willing, like smithies and stuff. But
Nope, not mine.
You can throw some money my way, maybe.
But yeah, there's other opportunities, but I don't think there's anything wrong with picking up a second storehouse if you want it. You want a minute?
Yeah, I'll take a minute.
Take
Okay.
your time, buddy.
Then Selena Dewdrop. I know you. What would you like? What would you like? What is drawing to you?
I would like a roomy bedroom.
Okay.
And I want a cramped bathroom.
Understood.
But like with a big bathtub in the bathroom.
So it's just like a pool, basically. Exactly.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, got it. And what about your special facility?
I would like a sanctuary and a garden.
Nice. Okay. Easy peasy. Very good. Tally, one more special facility, sir?
Mm-hmm.
I know you're trying to go for something like thematic for Tally. I understand where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything? Let me ask the broader group who might be more familiar. Is there anything in there about actually swapping special facilities when you reach levels? Like if, say, he took 2 workshops, and then I don't think there is. I might be.
I
might
think
be-
there. I think
I
there
don't
is.
see why you. Oh.
I can't see why you couldn't. It would take some time, but if
I was gonna say I don't see why you couldn't bring a planter bed into a storehouse if you wanted to make it a garden for like
Each time a character gains a level, the character can replace one of the Bastion special facilities for which the character qualifies. So, Tally, you can stick with a storehouse for now, and if you level up, you can swap it out later.
I think that makes sense because
Cool.
this is going to be a good way to make some money, and then by the time I'm actually able to afford some of the pricier upgrades, then
Yeah.
I'll have the money.
And you can always swap out one of your storehouses to something that fits you more thematically, like when you reach those higher levels, too. So, it all works out. Cool. That's the case. Our bastions are figured out. I will have a little art project to do during the week. Very exciting. Yeah. So Sharn.
I do have a question. Given that some of us are in the tower, I was interested in perhaps going in on defensive walls how would defensive walls work on like the towers of Sharn, where like we're probably not even close to the bottom of this tower?
Yeah, so if they wouldn't work like traditional walls. With that said, though, I would still count them to the benefit of defense. Maybe that comes in the form of like Kundaric enchantments. Maybe they
Yeah.
like you bring Kundaric in and they like enchant your windows or something like that and guard your place. So the mechanical benefits would still follow. Yeah, that's how I would
Okay,
probably treat that.
cool.
Yeah, so you're
Thank you.
definitely not going to get walls, but you can do it. You can get benefits from it. Absolutely. Okay, guys. With that said, your bastions are established. You got cool places to live. Now, as far as the money goes, for sorting out our new player, let us simply say that Gron's stuff got sent to a next of kin, and our newest character comes in with his own wealth, maybe, and then you can decide for yourself. Because, like, narratively speaking, it's so strange. It's like, oh, hi, stranger. Here's 5,000 gold pieces from our friend who departed very heroically. And we're just going to give it away to you, stranger. So I'll leave it to you as the new character enters. What is the narrative reason you suddenly have so much gold? Maybe you had a big contract, or maybe
Oh,
you blew a lucky instance.
it's written right into the background. Uh,
Yeah.
we sold that last cachet of crystals, and it went amongst the surviving members of the company because Theory, for whom we were working, largely was no more, and
Yeah.
that was our closing payday.
Fair enough. Excellent. Works out perfectly. So, now, let us begin. So, we will start off this session, well, narratively start off this session. All of the Gron stuff has just transpired. Maybe it's been a day or two since then. Things are still maybe a little fresh, emotions floating around. Some people feel very sad for their friend. People are upset about the circumstances. Some people are Nero complaining about their money, not really caring about anything else. Other people might be peeved by that. Tensions are high. Essentially, is the point. And we will be opening up this session in a completely different perspective. So there is one place where all people coming into Sharn go through, unless you can afford an airship, which is big monies. It's Terminus Station. Lo and behold, that is the one and only lightning rail station in and out of Sharn. So our session begins there. The lightning rail train comes riding into Sharn. The city of opportunity. It is big, it's full of people, excitement going on, gang wars, lost fortunes, and whatever you might imagine. As a new batch of arrivals step off onto the tracks of the House of Orion station, one of those is going to be a warrior. Would you like to describe your character for us, whoever you are?
Absolutely. He's a very big man, 6'3", and he is built like a brick. He's dressed in plate armor. He's if there's not a reason to be wearing it, he doesn't usually bother with the helmet. It's usually on a hook attached over his left hip. But he's blonde hair, green eyes, carries a big honking shield that is embossed on the front of it with a modified take on the uh, the modified take on the Cyran uh, heraldry, which is just a gold crown on a green field. Um, he wears a half cape over one shoulder, um, and he's a big axe wielder, and a close facsimile has been pasted into the Zoom chat.
Hey, I love it. Excellent. Oh, very cool. All right, you step off the train. It is a new city. It is a new place. There's opportunity to be had here. The Orion livery sort of flashing around you as you get off here in Braylon, which ironically has become the greatest ally of the Cyran people. What's left of them anyway, after 100 years of war. And you stand amongst the city of towers and look up and see this, skyscraper isn't the right word because that brings to mind like what downtown New York might look like. Downtown New York ain't shit compared to Sharn. Sharn is like 3, maybe 4 times as tall, not including Skyway. It is a monster of a city. And right before you see a couple of towers immediately. There's a bodega, and there's also a couple of signs. I imagine there's almost that Blade Runner thing, like the aesthetic of Blade Runner, where there's like all of these advertising signs just plastered everywhere, right? Like everybody's trying to have their sign put up at Terminus Station where all the people are coming through. But one of these places is very closely located. And one of these places has natural ability to post their advertisements, which is a place that is refreshingly in the Cyran tongue, but basically means platinum rest.
Le repos du platine.
Exactly what he said.
Well,
so maybe
I'll have to check that out.
You're gonna have to check that out. Very perhaps excitingly, you make your way over. Like, oh, how do I get in there? And like, you make your way again, similar to downtown, where it's like, oh, I go through this like kind of sketchy side door and go up the stairs to this building. And it's like, am I in the right place, or am I just wandering onto a couple of people's doorstep? Who knows? But you find yourself kind of going towards the bodega, entering into this sort of elevator situation where you see a number of people dressed in sort of young people, dressed in Cyran styles. They're wearing the black, which is very popular with the young people, sort of mourning a heritage they never really got to have taken away from them. And you're like, okay, I feel like I'm in the right place. And excitingly, perhaps the plate lifts up into the sky. One of the sort of gravity-defying elevators sends you straight up into the sky, or straight up through the tower. And you rise, and you rise, and you rise, and you rise, and you rise until it finally stops. The doors open, and the young kids kind of walk out and enter within. And, there's going to be a little pay to get in. I'm not worried about that. We'll say that they say, like, these mercenary dudes are like, first time? Come on in. Why not? And let you in for your first time, no pay at the door. And you walk in to see Cyran art scattered across the walls in a very sort of nightclubby, tasteful kind of way. The lighting is very interesting in here. Even here, it's sort of the light time of day. People are dancing and drinking. It's early hours before clubs really open up, but you've never really been in an environment like this. It combines the sort of Cyran ostentatious, sort of like larger-than-life aesthetics with kind of the dark kind of nightclubby, cosmopolitan of Sharn. It's got a really cool vibe in here, and very surprisingly, a lot of relics of Cyran remain. What do you do?
Well, we might as well get a drink.
Might as well get a drink. You go to the bar, get a drink. A ghost appears. Welcome, sir. Yes. First time at the Platinum Rest.
We?
Right. Oh, yes, that's a Cyran way of saying yes. I apologize for picking up the language here and there. First drinks on the house, why not? And he like fucking Tom Cruise cocktail, like fucking flaring all over the goddamn place, and he pours you like a one shot of tequila, or something of the like. And we'll lean across the bar and chat you up a little bit. Says, so what brings you to the city of Sharn? Just like anyone else, you have an opportunity, huh?
Indeed so. I'm looking to rebuild a life as my old one is gone.
Ah, I see, my friend. Well, you will find many with sympathies here. Oh, speaking of sympathies for the Cyran plight, that's one of our owners now. He might like to speak to you. And you tally, as you're in the bar, see sort of being waved over by Elaine to this, kind of the first time in a while you've seen like a soldier dressed in traditional Cyran sort of livery, which is very, very proud of the culture. Most people wear black these days or don't bother with the armor or kind of try and fit into society and not deal with all of that. But this person proudly wears their heraldry and armor, and you're waved over by them. You are muted. The music in here is very loud.
Yeah, what's going on?
Because I wanted to introduce you to one of the new additions to your club. Just came into town. Monsieur
Philippe Gaston.
Philippe Gaston. His hand goes through yours, and then you can shake Tally's hand.
Well met.
This is quite the place.
Yeah, I had a pretty heavy hand in its design and construction.
It is nice to see so many artifacts of the homeland salvaged and put to good use.
I'm sorry for asking, but what brings you here?
Well, I am looking for an opportunity to rebuild a life as our old life is no longer.
Where are you coming from?
My former company, we were escorting goods from Zendark to Tyre on behalf of the crown, but the crown is largely no more. So the purpose for our company, and more importantly, its payday, is equally no more.
I can understand that.
New Siri was very small, with very limited opportunity.
You were there.
We were not in Cover on the day.
Understood. Well, plenty of opportunity in Sharn.
Do you know anyone who is hiring a reasonably skilled man at arms?
And he has a great deal of reluctance. We actually just lost a pretty strong member of the team. I'm not sure if you're aware of Platinum's watch.
I am not. I quite literally have just made my way into the terminus station, and your advertisement is intriguing, which is why I'm here.
Well,
But I am sorry to hear that a member of your company has passed on.
I think he may still be alive, but it's impossible to know.
Ugh, that is the worst. It is better to have. It is better for it to be clear instead of unknown. My condolences to you and your company.
We definitely appreciate that. Um, maybe maybe I can introduce you to them.
That would be a huge boon.
It's
Hey, just like that. Sorry, just to describe you traveling on. You keep talking if you want, but you guys will. I mean, hey, Philippe, you showed up in town. Now you get to go up to the owner's booth, like pretty much immediately. That's pretty cool. And feel free to continue that conversation as much as you want before you actually get there. But you'll get up and we'll say maybe the party's having a sort of like a weekly meetup or something since everything went down. And you can arrive whenever you wish to arrive. But please continue.
Okay. Yeah, he'll kind of gesture for you to follow him.
And he will grab his duffel bag and shield and soldier on.
Is your insignia on your shield or armor at all reminiscent of old Cyran?
Absolutely. The Cyran heraldry is a gold crown on a green field. The symbol on Philippe's shield is a gold crown over a rearing black stallion on a green field.
Okay.
Personal heraldry, or perhaps the heraldry of his lord.
As you're walking side by side, he'll keep walking forward, not looking at you. He will, however, look at that shield and the insignia as you're getting up. Are you certain that you are here for what you say you're here for?
Our company decided to divide. Some stayed in New Syria. Others went to seek fortune elsewhere. I found New Syria to be too painful to remain. So much was lost, and they struggle, and that is good. But the constant reminder is too much for me.
It is. It is painful.
But by the same token, I've told the members of my company that he's very strong.
Yes, the ghost has no idea what kills people and what doesn't. So,
but I have told members of my company, and we all largely have agreed that as we establish ourselves, if one of us were traveling and they needed a place to stay. Once a brother at arms, always a brother at arms.
And as we're kind of walking up the stairs, he'll turn his head and whisper again. How do you feel about the morning?
I have very mixed feelings. Not good and bad, but anger and sadness. That it happened is great sadness, and so many lives lost, and the Cyran people scattered is tragedy beyond measure. But at the same time, in the same breath, and you will see the hand that is not carrying the shield and rucksack go up to just underneath the head of the axe, and the knuckles become absolutely white. There is a great anger that this was perpetrated upon us.
And as we come to the top of the stairs and we begin to turn around before you meet everyone, he'll very, very quietly say, "Alors spade lavant et prospere mont compatriot." Which means, then go forth and prosper, my countrymen. And then, all in the same breath. Oh, go ahead.
He'll take his hand off from just beyond the head of the axe, and will pat you on the shoulder. Merci, mon frère. Merci. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Keep your voice down. All right, everyone. I just met this guy at the bar. His name is Philippe de Gaston. I think he could be a worthwhile addition. But please introduce yourself, Philippe.
As Mr. Tally has generously put, my name is Philippe Gaston. I am a Cyran mercenary, or former Cyran mercenary. I served in the company known as Navarre's Hawks. We protected certain shipments coming from Zendrick to Cyri before the morning. After, we went to see what was left, and it broke us. Some of us stayed. Some of us felt that a fresh start elsewhere was better than to remain under a wall of sadness. So I have come to the city of Towers, a place reported to be full of opportunity, to seek opportunity. When I arrive, I see signs for this place, some of which were in Cyran, which certainly grabbed my attention. I made my way upstairs. I met a very unusual bartender. And then they introduced me to Mr. Tally, and now I am meeting all of you. It is a pleasure. And who may all of you be?
Lovely to meet you, Philippe. Katosh Bruidar, cleric of the Path of Light. And then he'll just, as he touches your hand, he'll just say, always a pleasure to have a new guest at the rest in your head. That's all.
Notably, that does not shock him. Quite noticeably.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, he'll just nod and say,
I would say Darwin has been bent over working on something, and he looks up and just like nods his head. Well met. My name's Darwin. I must say that your armor is in wonderful condition. Did you happen to craft that?
Oh, no. I heard it. Well, it was made in Zendrick.
Huh?
By one of the smiths of Stormreach.
Interesting.
We had come onto a cache of material, and it was of sufficient volume that several of us were able to have armor made for us. Our Captain Nivar, he had a propensity for black, hence the color choice.
Can I see the condition of his shield or axe?
Oh yeah. The axe is in better condition than the armor.
Well, though you may not have made it, I really, really respect how well you keep how the condition in which you keep your tools. And then I kind of wave my tool and just bounce off my head and go back to doing my work on the project.
I had heard that they had liberated all of the Warforged. That is a amazing turn of events. I never had the opportunity to serve with one. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Mr. Darwin.
When you first start talking about Warforged, he goes completely still. And kind of obviously seeing where you go with that, but visibly relaxes when you say it's a pleasure. And I look up more serious and obviously more focused on you and not as distracted, and go, yes, the pleasure is mine, and nod more solemnly, and then kind of go back, but I'm paying more attention to you and your demeanor.
And who might you be, dear lady? Obviously, you are the flower amongst these thorns.
You're too kind. And she She might look a little different than you're expecting, but her wings droop a little bit and she's dressed all in black and she flutters kind of closer to the floor. She says, "Hi, I'm Selena Dewdrop, fairy princess. It's nice to meet you, Pierre."
And he will immediately take a knee to bring his height closer, closer, closer to you. He says, "It is Philippe, and the pleasure is mine. You are in mourning? Is it the same sadness that Mr. Talley you shared with me that you have lost a member of your company?"
Yes, we've lost many friends along the way, and sadly, two children as well. We were tasked to save them, and, well, we couldn't save them. So, oh, and another child got blown up too, so that was just tragic. I haven't really had a chance to mourn anything yet, and so, yeah, I've entered a period of mourning.
Well, I have lost brothers and boon companions in my years, and I cannot say to you that it gets any easier and that the memories do not linger, but happiness will return. You just need to be willing to let it.
Oh, you're so kind. Well, thank you. I can tell you understand what I'm going through.
And he will stand back up. Well, turn and look at Nero. And how about you? You are the last boon companion of Mr. Talley and the others?
Yeah, Nero's just kind of day drinking right now, not really paying attention. Like, I'm Nero. Sup? Do we all want him? Okay, welcome aboard. And that's kind of it.
And Philippe will raise an eyebrow, looking a little confused, and will turn and look at Tally.
Muted.
Oh, sorry. He'll just kind of look back at you with the. There's always one.
Beth, I don't mean to interrupt your period of mourning, but as I was telling Mr. Talley that should you hear of any opportunities for a man-at-arms, by all means, please keep me in mind and recommend me to whomever.
We could always use more people around here.
That would be very boon and fortunate. Do you often have problem with people who need to be escorted back outside?
It's always nice to have a tough-looking guy standing out front, looking tough and scaring off the troublemakers.
Let me assure you, I am not only capable of scaring them off, I am more than capable of escorting them outside.
But we have more if you decide to stay, Philippe. I don't anticipate you being a doorman. Those skills you wield need to be practiced.
Indeed, they do. Usually, daily, with much swearing and complaining at the captain.
We're kind of
Quietly, under our breath, of course.
Thankfully for you in that regard, then we equal opportunity employments. As far as, well, we all have equal opportunity to succeed or to fail.
Yeah, I can assure you I will do what I can to see to it that you are successful. Because in turn, that makes me successful.
Well, you'll have a lot of help in that regard also. Why don't we find you a room? How's that sound?
No, that would be most auspicious.
Follow me. Yeah, he'll lead Philippe across the way to where our bedrooms usually are.
All right. All right. Yeah, so we could move on kind of from there. So you guys have kind of and this will go into like the bastion money and the mercenaries you've had around the shop and yeah. So you find a room for Philippe. And you put Philippe to work, just sort of joining your little mercenary band, maybe adding him to the roster. And let's have some rolls for fun. So Philippe, let's have like a little guardsman, doorman challenge kind of thing. Why don't you roll me 3 rolls? Let's do athletics for just obvious physical skill.
Okay.
Are you an athlete? You're a strength person, I assume.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So athletics. Give me an intimidation to tell people to fuck off. And what should the third one be? How about an insight check to kind of like keep an eye on who the instigators are? So roll me those 3, and that'll kind of show off your talent.
Athletics was a natural 20 for a 28.
I'll have fun flavoring that.
Intimidation was a 15.
Okay.
And insight was also a 15.
Okay. So things go. Yes, you guys are around. You're kind of all of you are kind of in charge of the place, and you get reports from your bartenders and whatever. And he's obviously probably, you don't know how skilled he is, so he's probably put in like underneath one of the veterans under one of their commands. And, very quickly, the veterans start to speak very well of Philippe, having seemingly like a good sense of like when things are going to be too much trouble, and also like how to get those people to like fuck off. Without too much trouble, to like quietly be like, you need to leave. Very good at identifying problems before they happen and ensuring that those problems vacate the premises without too much issue. His skill becomes very apparent when 1 or 2 times one of these sort of rabble rousers, shall we say, don't take too well to the intimidation due to drunkenness or what have you. Maybe due to one of the other people sort of not being able to handle it quite well. And as things turn a little bit, violent and maybe people are getting shoved around, and like one of these guys like breaks a bottle on the side of the bar, before any of you guys can get to like, oh shit, we should probably get in there, and before any of the other guards come in, the veterans are all like, okay, like, hey, take it easy. Philippe very, it seems, if I'm reading the character right, politely makes his way through the crowd, maybe pats the shoulder of one of the veterans, walks over and goes, boom, and just absolutely fucking lays the guy out before anyone can get hurt. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, play
He
it,
is
please.
he is a tavern brawler,
Yeah.
and absolutely just one shot out.
Yeah. We'll say that he walks up, and just for funs, we'll say like walks up. One guy's like, "Who the fuck are?" And he just like sucker punches him in the throat. The guy goes, and just like takes his hand, removes the bottle, and then when the guy swings at Philippe, he just kind of gets back, realizing it's not over, grabs him by the face and just boom off the side of the bar, fucking knocks him out clean, and dusts his hand and is like, "Everyone, please go back to your drinks." And then the guy's just dragged out by the ankles, and everyone's like, "Oh fuck!" Like, all you guys are like, "All right, sign him up. He's he's at least in charge of the in charge now."
Creme de la creme.
Yeah, creme de la creme, exactly. And
Yes, de la resistance.
yep, Philippe very quickly proves himself not only capable of being the doorman, but being the doorman. He kind of keeps an eye on the place, and pretty much immediately starts rising through the ranks until he hits the head rank after a couple days. And yeah, and maybe you guys put him down on the roster as like, okay, we like go do some serious dungeon delving. Like, maybe this guy knows what the fuck he's doing. That wasn't even his axe work. That was just his fists, and that's clearly not his weapon of choice. So very impressive, pretty much immediately. Okay. I want to open up the table a little bit. Philippe, I assume you start hearing about these opportunities about the bastions being built, and you see that there's like, you know, maybe they got a spare building nearby that needs someone to like put a little money into, and you're like, oh, okay, great.
Yeah, we'll spend out some of mine, but that if they're amendable to it.
Yeah, and this would be like probably like the city council and House Galanda, and I think maybe with your employers giving you sort of a glowing recommendation as a reliable and sturdy individual. Yeah, they allow it, and you can invest some money and have your own little home made up here, which is wonderful. Cool. Now, to open up to the floor, as I previously said, to make sure everybody can get their upgrades complete, which is Philippe's upgrades, 45 days being the minimum of your downtime extending past the inquisitorial nonsense. Let me ask the party. How much downtime would you guys like? I might veto some things just for the sake of plot, but I'm generally open to hearing like, hey, how long would you guys like things to be before news of a new adventure or opportunity of a new adventure begins? Is there a preference of like a month, 2 months, a year? I'll probably max it out at a year if you really want to go that far. Katosh?
This isn't really important, like in terms of like even this, but just one thing that Katosh wanted to do in the coming days. Like, and it's not even like that, but he wants to meet up with Darwin again at some point in that downtime. Sorry, absolutely. I know we're not planning that, but that's just something that he wishes to accomplish.
Yeah, absolutely. And everyone's going to get their opportunity to do whatever they want.
Yeah, sorry.
I was just curious what the party felt. Are you guys comfortable with like a month and a half, 45 days before the next event, or were you hoping for more? What's the feeling?
Month and a half, 2 months. That sounds decent enough.
Okay, cool. Any other preferences, or does that work for everybody?
I want just enough time to run some influence missions with some of the other groups in Sharn.
Okay, sure. I would say a month and a half is probably plenty of time to get that done if you're interested. That works for you.
Yep.
Okay, beautiful.
The minimum amount of time for us to have appropriately mourned Gron.
Yeah.
So we don't feel awkward about
that's included.
Yeah, since the breakup, so that it's not like you can't get like slandered online for rebound and all that.
And I don't want to get told I moved on too quick. You know,
yeah,
that's the worst.
Yeah. God forbid a guy recruit quickly.
Hey, sometimes you gotta hire that new drummer or new bass player right away.
Yeah.
So opportunity comes when opportunity comes, man.
Drummers know how to hit.
You know, just ask the Beatles.
Just ask the Beatles, friend. Okay. So you guys leave the proper amount of mourning time. Yeah, okay, cool. So a month and a half. Feel free to do what you wish with that month and a half. I have a bit of a modified sort of long-term downtime system, so we're not going like through 6 weeks of downtime activities. Which I'm gonna go get that out. But for as far as like, yeah, Katosh, why don't you start us off? You wanted to talk to Darwin? Go right ahead.
Yeah, at some point in these days after, and I think especially with like Gron, passing and everything, or leaving us, Katosh would just come in to check in after like maybe a night of the Platinum Rest, and pull Darwin aside. You don't drink, but he would come and just hang out with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll just say, Darwin, how are you doing since everything? That was very trying few days.
Yeah, I've been holding up, but focusing on my work, been able to just kind of throw myself in there. You might have noticed I've been gone. Still going to those Tarkaning guys, working on a cool project, and actually like our old friend, Dark dwarf named Benrig. He sadly passed before you joined, but you met him. You worked here. That's right.
Yes, he was a great fellow.
Yeah, I ended up using his armor in some experimentations, and was able to come up with this new coil that's helping to siphon off the energies of my aberrant dragon mark. And I've been hoping to kind of, I don't know, see if this will help me figure out what it is, explore it more. Like if I'm able to kind of draw off some of the chaotic energies that are coming off of it, maybe I could get better results by analyzing it, or just experimenting with it, removing some of the energy from the system.
Sure,
makes it more observable.
Of course. How can I help?
Well, I know we've tried. You're able to help guide some of my dreams. I'm hoping to try and redo that, but see if I'm able to establish any kind of, I don't know, reach out and see if anything reaches back.
Okay. Sure. Let me. I can try something. Would you wish me to try and put you to sleep into this dreaming state?
Yeah, I mean, if you can,
I can try and put you in something similar.
See if it helps. Just in case, how could we make sure that you can wake me up if it's a bad dream?
Yeah. Good question. Hold on. I don't know how I could necessarily, perhaps if I was to cast a powerful spell and then link my mind with yours the way I do with the others, perhaps I could listen and try and hear you.
All right, yeah. If
I don't know,
you'd
maybe.
be willing.
Yeah, I'll try. And yeah, I'll escort Darwin up to my up to Katosh's place here, he'll put him, like gesture him to the cot. Do like a little like kind of ritual circle on the ground. Set out like some incense, light some candles and stuff. And then I don't know if this will work, but I want to try and ritual cast feign death on Darwin. And
Okay.
then as I do, mind link with him so that I
Alright.
can speak in his head. Yo, is that a dice? That's sick.
Cool. Okay,
yeah.
Feigned death. Could you describe? Could you give me the description of feigned death?
Yep. You touch a willing creature and put it into a cataleptic state that is indistinguishable from death. For the duration, the target appears to be dead. Spells used to determine the target's status. Target is blinded and has an incapacitated condition. Speed is 0. Target has resistance to all damage except psychic and has immunity to the poison condition. I don't know if it necessarily does work, but this is like currently my only like sleep spell, but I thought I could like put him into a catatonic state and then push him into dreams.
Okay, yeah, I like it. Tell you what.
Yeah,
You're slightly
I can try and roll
changing-
for it too.
Yeah, you're kind of slightly changing it, so let's play into that. Roll me a
Yep.
little I'll say a wisdom-based arcana check.
Okay.
If
I am
that's your spellcasting.
yeah, I am proficient in Arcana. Can I just roll?
So
Or
just
how does that
Okay.
work? Sorry.
so you would add your proficiency bonus to a wisdom roll. So if you have a
Got it.
proficient wisdom skill, you can just roll that instead.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'm proficient in. Yeah. No worries. It's gonna be a 24.
24. Okay, that is very, very good. You're gonna succeed. Okay, so Darwin, you are sent into this catatonic state. And by the way, okay, hang on a second. Hang on just a moment. All right, there we go. So just so you know, Darwin, it's prepared, but the coil pack of Mark Storing prototype is available to be equipped and attuned to.
That sounds so cool.
As we had spoken of, it must be fused to a suit of armor to be utilized and attuned to, but you just do that to whatever you're wearing or whatever you want.
Yeah, I believe when we were first saying it, you were saying it would usually destroy whatever armor if I needed to remove it, but because I was using Benrig's adamantine armor, I would be able to remove it from that adamantine without destroying it.
Yeah, because it's a much tougher material. Yeah. I would say, like, I'd probably say any magic item, frankly. I'll be nicer in that sense. But if it's a standard suit of armor, yeah, it's going to probably strip the back of the armor off, and you'll have to get that pretty thoroughly repaired. Cool. Okay, so just as a reminder, what exactly are we trying to achieve with the Feign Death? Are we trying to get like a closer? Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm trying to help Darwin usher himself into these dreams that he's been having to help him understand them more. And then I'm trying to be a link between him and this world to get him out, him in the conscious world to get him out if he needs, or if it becomes too much.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay. It is very fortunate that whatever deities are out there sent you a cleric of the Path of Light, because they are so very tied to the dream world. You sleep, and I imagine you would have been utilizing the coil pack, if I'm not mistaken, right, Darwin? Like you've probably been storing some of your marked energy.
Yeah, so like the way I was just thinking about it, the pack helps siphon some of the chaotic energies coming off of it, and so I figured that would like calm the waters. I guess that would make sense, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're thinking about it in some other one.
Well, I was just asking, like, because it's standardized uses that you can store. Like, if you don't, because I believe your marked ability is silvery barbs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't use silvery barbs that day, you could hypothetically at the end of the night or whenever you want store that spell slot essentially in the pack to recharge spell slots later. So, if you would have been using that, which I assume you would be, sort of charging it up when you don't need to use it. Yeah, absolutely. As you go into the dream state, you will notice that it is a bit more clearer. There's not this like fog, this miasma of like residual wild power kind of obscuring things. You might not have even noticed that it was there before, like there was a fog that's been lifted you weren't even aware was there. And things have gotten definitely a little bit clearer for you.
Can I? Sorry, I was just going to ask to observe, but I guess you were already going into it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Why don't we start by having you roll, because it's a dream, and dreams are like, it's very hard to focus in a dream. Why don't you roll me a perception check at disadvantage?
Okay.
Mostly to keep the mystery alive.
Yeah. Yeah. 5.
It's very interesting to have this fog lifted. And, you know, basically what we're trying to do now is have like a lucid dream, right? The fog is gone, but now you're trying to have control in your dream. And that's very, very difficult. I'll say with a 5, like, it's like any dream, right? You have like this intention, this subliminal intention, but you're kind of pushed here and there. What you end up doing in your dreams. But let me ask you this, Darwin. When you have these strange dreams, would you consider them mostly to be nightmares, or would you consider them mostly to be like good stuff? Or somewhere in between, whatever you want.
I would say it's somewhere in between. I don't get I guess like I maybe hear whispering sometimes though, like I can't discern it whether like you said, it's a dream, even if I know the language, maybe I just don't get it. But I wouldn't say it's super threatening, but I wouldn't say it's like I feel warm and fuzzy from them. It's more so that the unknown is very present, and that causes anxiety, I guess.
You have, your dreams have all been sort of obscured and like you say, like neither here nor there, maybe a little of this, maybe a little of that, and hard to interpret. But with the miasma of this fog gone that you didn't really know was there, but now is there, like a veil being lifted, like no longer are you experiencing your dreams as if the dream is happening underwater, or maybe more accurately, you're underwater. The dream is happening just above the surface. With that veil gone, you have an incredibly pleasant dream. You're just like, man, you're in your workshop, you got your coil pack, you're just like adding all of these like extra arms on, and then like it's all working out perfectly, and you're with Twinbeard, and he's like, Darwin, you're the greatest genius of this generation. And then you see Merrick's to Kenneth just come in, he goes, my knowledge of centuries of accumulation of Kenneth knowledge and education is nothing compared to you, Darwin. You are truly the greatest expert of Warforged artificiery skill that I or this generation has ever seen. Could you perhaps at least apprentice under me, if not teach me? And you're like, man, this is great. And then you wake up eventually. Katasha's like, it seemed like you were having a bad dream. You were doing this weird thing, because you can't smile, right? So it's hard to tell when he's dreaming. And Darwin, you wake up like, no, set me back.
I like it. Thank you.
Hey, you seem better.
Oh, that was. Oh, I need to do that again. We need to do this again. That was perhaps the single best night of sleep I've had, and ever. I realized that it's not as much sleep as others have had, but still, when I'm not used to sleeping in the first place, it being a good experience is new and awesome.
So here's the funny thing I'll give you, Katash. You were like, I'm going to do feign death and I'll pull him out if things get bad. And, well, whatever Darwin's experience was, you run into a very immediate problem where the spell feign death makes it look like that person's dead. And dead people, they can't react or move or do anything when you're dead. So you're like, You're like,
Maybe I killed him.
maybe there's a point where you're pretty immediately like, well, I don't know how I'm supposed to tell if he's having a good or a bad dream because
Yeah.
he looks dead. And then some time passes and you're like, what if he's having the most horrible nightmare and I have no way of knowing? And then you start to freak out and you're like, what if I killed him? And then you break concentration. Darwin comes out like, wait, no, why'd you stop it?
Yeah, I'll just say, well, I'm sorry we didn't accomplish anything we wanted to.
No, I think we're on the right track. I got a good feeling about this.
Sure.
Excellent.
Kind of pettily collect all my ritual shit.
Oh, thank you so much. And I wanted to remove the coil pack from the adamantine breastplate and have attached to my own like half plate, and then give Katash like Benrig's breastplate. Like Benrig meant a lot to me, and he's still, even after passing, helps me not only get stronger, but move towards the better version of myself that I want to become. And I want to honor that by giving you his armor, because I feel that it would be better suited for you.
Thank you, brother. That is very kind. The way you all speak of him, I'm sure he was very close. Hopefully, his wisdom is able to guide going forward. One thing in common though, and he'll like look to a little. Come on, it's D&D, it's fun. There's a little slot on his arcane battery, just like a little section. I think he saw the same light I do, and he'll like pop the drift globe into his arcane battery. I think I have my own light, but now it's time for you to guide others too.
Thank you. I will try my best.
Yeah, cool.
Absolutely. I mean, you were told, Darwin, that your coil pack is very, very prototype, very new, and just the immediate application that you created is just like the refueling of spell slots. But that could very well be transformed into supplying power to, say, magic items. Like, you don't know. You got to experiment a little bit. But yeah, as you hand over the drift globe, Katash, like, absolutely, maybe that can be installed into the coil pack, and maybe they can help each other.
Or even maybe he just uses it and it's good, or he modifies it in some way. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So something to experiment with. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Okay,
that was the main thing. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, very cool. So we're gonna say you guys have about 2 months of downtime. Now my system that I've got going on that seems to have been largely enjoyed by individuals, and you guys can give me some feedback too, is that they work in 1 month sections. So you're gonna get 2 months. Each month is going to have a major focus, is going to have potentially a minor focus if you had minor focuses to apply, and I'll also handle complications that may arise. These major focuses could be anything from the crafting of something, large-scale training, working for money, politics, social clout, magic, whatever you want. So let's go through and see how you guys would like to spend your 2 months. So, I want to start with you, Tally, if that works for you. It sounds like you already had a bit of an idea of what you'd like to do. So, what would you like the major focus of one or both of your 2 months to be?
This is before our bastions are completed.
Yeah, because there's bastion turns, and we're just gonna say that they all get complete at the end of the 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah, we still live in them, but like the facilities, we'll say, are not complete until the 2 months is up.
Got it.
So you wanted to go for social cloud? Is that something you're still interested in?
Yeah. Kind of. I mean, I would like to take jobs from these people. Is my mic plugging up? I think I can hear.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, taking jobs from people, absolutely. Yeah, that could absolutely be multifaceted.
Okay. Yeah. Just like I want to take some jobs, earn some influence. You know, maybe go up on some of those scales. Yeah, and that might be a role play thing that needs to occur, and I get that, but
Well, whatever you like. If you want to roleplay some stuff, we'll roleplay some stuff. If you're like, we can just resolve it mechanically.
yeah. I mean, if nobody else wants to do it, that's probably what Tally would be doing in this time.
Well, let me ask you, which factions would you wish to focus on? Because, I mean, like, you know, I want to use my months to become super cool with every faction. Is like,
I get
so you got 2 months. Maybe you want to focus on one month and one the other. Maybe you want to spend both of them on one, get double the results. What would you like?
I think the esoteric order is pretty interesting. Can you tell me again where they're based? Like,
yeah, I certainly can.
Like, I don't think they're a necessarily Brailish organization. Oh, they are?
Yeah. They are based in Sharn. They are a Sharn-based people. They've been here for a long time. So, the Esoteric Order of Orion. They're the 2 largest societies, or excuse me, members of the larger of the 2 societies. Yeah, so of the 2 major magical guilds in Sharn, this is the largest of the 2. They take a vow to use their talents to preserve an advanced civilization to operate within the confines of the world. It's mainly meant to be magical based. Not being a mage doesn't mean you can't get in. They're mainly interested in people who want to do good. So as you saw, they allow doppelgangers in. It's just that their focus is on magic. So that might be the acquisition of magical items, assisting mages, being a mage and using your magic however you want to do. So yeah, you can absolutely work with them if you want.
Okay. But they don't have ties to like the Brailish Crown or whatever. Right?
They've got ties to like the Sharn Watch, maybe the King's Citadel, but in an advisory way at best. They don't have like, they don't get involved in like Brailish politics unless it's like the Council of Sharn to be able to do their job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're less about clout and more about the actual oath of doing better in the world.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Probably them.
Okay.
And where could he go to meditate? I know I didn't pick a meditation chamber as one of my special facilities, but
it's all good. I guess the question is, what capacity are you? Is this just like a personal meditation? If that's so, you can just do it in your room. If you want to meditate on like a religion you're curious about, that could be any one of the temples. If it's more naturalistic, there are the druids, the faction of the druids. It just kind of, it's about your angle.
Yeah.
Did you say that cleric, dog? I'll help you
Cleric?
meditate.
Yeah.
Yeah, go meditate with Katash. I'm sure he'd be down. Path of
Okay.
Light.
Help you meditate, dog.
Meditate the fuck out of you. Yeah.
Never mind.
You know, dark places. The fuck?
My bad. I was
uh,
beside myself.
Yeah, and that could be considered like a light minor focus of your month. Like that doesn't have to be humongous. Or if you want it to be, if you like really just like spend your month dedicated to like faith and meditation, there will be benefits to that, absolutely. But if you want it to be like a minor, like just kind of.
I'll say, like, if this helps at all, Katash is planning to put like 2 months towards his faith and magic.
Excellent.
So if to like straight, he's going to the books. So
Nice.
if Tal'Dorei wanted to join the front or back half,
Yeah. So, are you wanting a moment, Tally? Because it sounds like you're really juggling with some ideas. Or...
Yeah, I'm juggling a little bit. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll round the block. I liked that.
You like that?
I did. Katash, you clearly sound very confident in what you want to do with yourself. Yeah, do you want to do 2 months of like faith and meditation and
yeah, I'd like in the daytime, I just want to walk around the Halaster monastery and just sanctuary and just tell
Yeah.
people that this new place is opening up. If they ever need dire help, they can come and it's a safe place. And then in the evenings, he'll just spend his time praying and reading scrolls.
Okay, magnificent. This is gonna be cool for you, I think. Got some rewards. Is there any important like minor focuses that are a little bit more long term, like writing letters or practicing art or anything like that?
No, I wouldn't necessarily say so.
Okay, yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, you're just focused. It's no problem at all.
Yeah.
Good news is there's no complications to your plans. Everything will go fine. And you're gonna get some outcomes. You're gonna get some outcomes.
In the evenings, I'm casting enhance ability on myself for intelligence to like just really crack to it.
Absolutely. Let's see here.
And he would tell everyone this, obviously. He's just going to study.
Absolutely. Yeah, and this isn't to say that you guys like all go
Our separate ways for 2 months. All right,
yeah, you
peace,
don't all
guys.
become hermits. You guys still have time in the day to go hang out and all, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Okay, here we go. I was just struggling to find this section of the book, but got it. Okay, so you are going to gain some benefits, my friend. So I think these are fitting. So your first benefit is that you're going to gain like major renown in the Halaster community, in the Path of Light community, where you're not just like a priest anymore, like one of the clerics there. You're like largely regarded as like the go-to guy by the Halaster. You're like, I like your title there, like the Hand of Dreaming. Exactly. You're like, when it comes to the Path of Light and Sharn, you're the doer. You're the go-to guy. If there's a problem that needs like a man of action or a cleric of action.
Exactly. He
the guy
saw
who comes
something,
to.
he saw Darwin in need, and he jumped. So, yeah,
Exactly.
I like that.
So that was going to be 1 month of your benefit. You're going to gain like substantial renown with your faction, with your organization. Cool. The second of which I'm going to give you is, I think fittingly, I'm going to double check to make sure I'm not going off the rails here a little too hard. Let's see here. Custom class development. Yeah, okay, so these are coupons. 3 months. 8 bucks might gain a permanent.
One night he goes drinking with everyone though and asks them if they all want to see a fireball.
You know what? I'll tell you what. The renowned, I think that's just fair. That just comes with it.
Fair
so
enough.
We're gonna leave that there. But because you spent 2 months on the same thing, I'm gonna give you a bit of a bigger bump on the next thing.
Appreciate it.
Because of this, and because of your great faith, you will be granted a blessing from your faith that at a certain point, the quarry, sort of in your dreams, consciously, maybe your own quarry you're attached to,
Yeah.
are going to bless you, essentially. You are going to gain. You know what? This is. I really want to give it to you because you've just been like really, really hard into your cleric stuff, and that's great. I'm going to give you. So you will be blessed with the blessing of understanding. You have this exceptional dream where the quarry, having seen your faith, the guidance you've granted, your dedication, they give you an insight rarely given to any cleric, where you sort of gain a deeper vision of understanding into the quarry's sort of planar struggle. And you are going to gain the blessing of understanding, which is going to give you a wisdom score increase of 2 for a maximum of 22.
Oh man. So question, in theory, I'm at 18 right now.
So you're now at 20, and if you were to take an ability score increase,
Got it.
you
I
could take that to 22.
Benevolent God.
Or
Yeah, no worries.
up
Take your
to a
time.
maximum of 22. I think, in fairness, I think the wording of that does demand that, like, in this instance, it can be taken to 22. It doesn't permanently rise your maximum potential to 22. So you will
Okay,
just be
fair
taken up
enough.
to 20 at this point.
Fair enough. I can use it on something else. That's awesome.
Cool. Excellent. So yes, you gain this blessing and you kind of reach the apex of, like, mortal wisdom.
Sweet. That's amazing.
Awesome. Okay, who else knows what they want to do with their 2 months? Like, what are they up to? What's their major focuses?
Okay, first things first, I'll spend the first major thing of the month is I still have that stone of Mr. Galore.
Of Mr. Galore, that's right. Yes,
Yeah, and
it despises being called Mr. Galore, but you nonetheless have it, and it has no
That's it.
power to stop you.
is there anything I start shocking a little with it, like, so you just okay with being strapped, being in there?
No.
Would
I
you
don't
want
have much choice, don't I?
would you ever want to be released?
Yes.
There's a lich in there, 100%.
Wouldn't you, mortal?
Okay. Is there anything I can do to make you stay more comfortable, perhaps?
I am a rock, I have no sensation to speak of.
Do you like knowledge?
I love knowledge. I consume it. Greater than you could ever imagine.
Okay. I'm gonna spend my major month of the month like helping it get some knowledge, I guess, from the library.
Okay.
And
Reading books to it.
yes, I guess like every night I just bring up a library book, like, okay, here's this subject you wanted, and I bring it out like before I go to bed at night, and I do that, and also while I'm doing this, I'm using up those legend lures I have to
To do what?
like every day. I mean, they refuel every day, but I use them to like learn about the universe, about powerful beings of Corvair. Like, so
Okay.
what do you know about Borenhell? What about the guy in charge of Gornath? What's going on up there? What's he like?
All right. So I'll tell you what. You can use the Stone of Galore to provide you legend lore, most certainly, and you can go to libraries to provide the Stone of Galore information. Or you know what? Better yet, I think it just fittingly, we'll say the first month, Nero kind of just vanishes to his room often enough, and you just kind of like, yeah, every day you just go through 10 charges and like just begin to fill your mind with eldritch knowledge.
It's like 3 charges a day, but of Eldritch of
Oh, is it
legend
3?
lore.
I thought it was 10. Oh,
No,
I'm
no.
thinking of a different. No, it is 3. You're right. Sorry.
I'll stay honest for you.
No, I appreciate that. No, it'll. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay. So I'll tell you what. That's your first month. And we'll call that as sort of like a modified, like kind of research, so to speak.
Mhm.
What's your focus? You sounded like you wanted like planar knowledge, right?
I would walk locally outwards. I think Nero would start like. So what are the councils like? Okay, what is King Borna like? What are the other kings like? What are the gods like?
So what's your interest? So what's your focus? You gotta pick a focus. If
Okay,
your
okay.
answer is like I'd like to spend a month learning everything about everything, it's a little unfocused. So
Okay, my reading for the guy or for what I'm asking for?
just what you're asking from. We'll say that month 1 is about you learning from the stone.
Okay, I learn everything I can about Sharn.
Okay, yeah. You want to get a thorough understanding of Sharn, its history, its Paul. Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Okay. Excellent. So you spend your time learning about the stone. I'm going to check something on that.
Minor task.
So you are going to... is there a minor task you'd like to fill into the month? Just...
When I'm not doing that, I'm just running the bar.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Because there's a bonus we get when someone's on deck to hold the bars or something like that. But yeah, okay.
Absolutely. Perfect. So you are going to gain... So what's your proficiency like?
Which one?
Intelligence, like history.
I have a +1
history.
intelligence.
What's your history like?
+1.
Are you proficient?
No.
No. Okay.
If I could be so blunt as to ask, why is Nero doing this?
He's curious.
I will say,
it's
Nah.
like
Curious.
if you have a little stone that tells you all the knowledge you could want, it's like, so what
Yeah.
do you know? Like,
That's fair.
what are the biggest questions? Like, who was Jack the Ripper?
Would you not
was there
have used in a magic 8-ball that you knew was right?
yeah,
That's true,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. It's like,
Would you not just be
Maybe.
obsessed with something that will give you the correct answer to anything?
Like
Um,
Google.
Like, exactly. Imagine you are in medieval times and you just got access to Google for the first time.
I reckon.
I mean, shit, isn't that what we do here in the 21st century? Just sit on Google all day, really, at the end of
yeah.
the
Yeah, look up Warhammer lore.
day?
Mhm.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. There is going to be a consequence of this.
Oh boy.
Just because of the nature of the stone itself. But you
Okay.
will learn this. You are going to gain a +1 bonus to all rolls regarding Sharn
Okay.
going forward. So mark that down on your sheet somewhere.
Okay.
You're just gonna have a static +1 bonus to all Sharn-based knowledge roll. You know what? Let's take it to advantage. I'll take it to advantage.
Okay.
You get advantage. That might not be forever though. So it's like temporary mastery of the knowledge of Sharn. The unfortunate issue is that the Stone of Galore grows increasingly bored with you. And it says, I know all I can learn of you. And it starts insisting that you give it to somebody. You give him to somebody else. Would you agree? You're like, nah, I'm gonna hang on to you.
Huh.
Not a hard choice. Just give me an answer. I will keep it, or I will give it away.
Huh. You know what? I'm gonna lose Arcana, but you know what? You know who I'd give it to? Hey, Selena!
Yeah, all right. About halfway through the month, after Nero, pretty much that entire month, increasingly, the stone has been going from like annoyed, or like asking you, to annoyed with you, to bitchy with you, to generally hostile with you, about picking somebody else. Like, I'm sick of you, mortal. Your mind is a small thing, and I've already crept within its depths and seen all it has to give. Send me to someone new. And you give it to Selena. Selena, would you like to accept the Stone of Galore?
What does this do?
like it's a little stone that talks to you.
A stone that talks to me. Okay, that sounds pretty cool.
I,
How did-
above table, I'm giving it to it because I explicitly know it will be fucking as fuck.
Probably.
And it'll piss off the Galois guy, probably.
He goes, yes, good, give me to the planar creature. Selena, I require of you to make me a wisdom saving throw as you attempt to attune to it.
Oh, do I have to unattune to something?
If you have 3 slots filled, yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's only a legendary item of past knowledge and power.
I do have an empty attunement slot.
Well, maybe,
Well, maybe it'll grow bored with Selena at the end of the month. Who knows?
it's a stone with benefits.
What's the name of the item?
Stone of Galore. Galore spelled Golorr. Galore.
Oh. Great. Okay, cool. A wisdom saving throw?
Please and thank you.
17.
Oh! You safe. That's great news. Let's see. As it attunes to you, it says, good, give me your secrets. And you're like, not all of them. And it goes, what? On paper, it's like trying to invade your mind, and I think the just nonchalant Selena is just like, not all my secrets. And it's like,
I don't have any.
yeah. And it's just like a little pissed off. And it's like, fine. And you are now attuned to the stone. You're gonna gain a beneficial property and a detrimental property. Be so kind, if you will, to roll 2 D100s.
and 75.
68 and 75, I heard. Okay. Your beneficial property is this. You... Yeah, you're gonna like this. It's gonna be a pain for me, but... You know, anything that's a pain for me is the best for you. Go ahead, and I want you to roll me a D8. Roll me a D20.
I cannot wait. You gain access to the cause fear spell that you can cast with a. So when you cast cause fear, you roll a d6. If you roll a 1 to a 5, you can't cast it again until the next dawn. If it's a 6, you can cast it again. As for your detrimental property, Oh boy.
so sweet. No creature can gain a restful sleep as long as they're within 300 feet of you. Is that really a minor one?
Selena, you can have my house.
Yeah, suddenly, like, anybody who's around Selena just has, like, the most vivid dreams of, like, lollipops and hummingbirds and butterflies, and it's just, like, so vivid and overwhelming, you can't fucking sleep. Short rest or long rest. Like, even when you're short resting, you find yourself dozing off, and it's
Dude,
like...
throw that shit in the garbage.
So I'll tell you, so you know what, I wanted to do this, but I think it's kind of fun that I told you what, and then this is what happens. Is Selena, the first night happens, and the whole party, and all of your employees, and everyone in the bar has these dreams of like, welcome to the Feywild, where we dance, and it's like the most annoying, like, fey, fairy musical number. And everyone wakes up like, what the hell? And Selena, you like look at the stone, you're like, well, that was stupid. I don't want to do that again. And it goes, I can't control these things. You are merely too weak. And you go, nuh-uh. And then suddenly the minor detrimental property just vanishes. And it's like, what? What? How did you do that? Yeah, and you're just kind of like, I don't know him anymore.
Royal authority.
Yeah, I guess you're like, don't know why, but you're just like, nuh-uh, and it goes away. And now you just get the beneficial one.
The power of nuh-uh.
Yeah, but anyway, you're now attuned to it. So, yeah. Anyway, rolling back to Nero, what would you like to do with your second one?
Okay, okay, the minor thing was help run the bar.
Okay. What would you like to do with your second month, though? What's your major focus on your second month?
Out. Oh boy.
Throw it around, go somewhere else, and take a minute, or?
Yeah, take a minute. I'm thinking.
Yeah, no problem.
Wait a second. So Nero, did you read all of this
Oh yeah.
about the failed memory?
Yeah. Nero didn't. He thought he actually forgot about it. Like, it was not an intentional sabotage by any means. I thought I gave it to you because I thought Selena and the stone would make a funny pairing.
Oh no, I mean you just might lose all the knowledge you just got of Sharn. But if you keep it, you keep the knowledge. I just wanted to make sure you realize that before you give it away.
I mean,
Where's it say that?
Under failed memory of the Stone of Galore.
Oh, I think that's if you fail the initial wisdom saving throw. When you attune to the stone, you make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, you lose all memory of the stone being in your possession and knowledge imparted by it.
Yeah, it says when your attunement ends, you must make the saving throw.
Oh, my apologies. So yeah, Nero, you make the wisdom saving.
If you wanted to give it away, that might change your mind. I don't know. Just saying.
We'll move forward. We've been
Okay.
yeah, well,
pretty
let me
deep
make
into
this
him
safe.
giving it away.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll roll inspiration on that.
Fair enough.
18.
There you go. So you feel it as it's kind of tuning. You feel it kind of, not necessarily that it's its fault, or maybe it is. You don't know. You feel it kind of like you hadn't noticed it, but like its tendrils slithered into your mind and was imparting its knowledge to you. And as those tendrils are being removed, you manage to make sure that it hasn't taken anything it's left. You keep what it meant to leave behind.
Okay.
So you're good. Cool. Thank you, Slinga. Okay, moving right along. Come back to Nero for a second month. Who's next?
There you go. If no one else is ready.
Go for it.
All right. First month, I guess the major focus. I want to get closer to, or spend a little time at Tarkanan, but mainly with Twinbeard and kind of grow closer to him, feel him out. And yeah.
Got it. That's something good that I should bring up because there were some epilogue events I missed out. In Sharn, there's definitely this deep tension with the Silver Flame, where the Silver Flame's really bringing the walls down on Dark Six warship. Braylon is really tense with them, and there's this sort of overarching tension in the city. The secondary overarching tension is that there's a lot of rumors going around, and there's a lot more activity from the Sharn Watch due to murders and assassinations, largely pointed at Tarkanan, blame-wise. And secondary to that is that there's at least one instance where there's this massacre rampage that happens, almost Halloween-esque, murder, fucking Jason kills all these kids at a summer camp kind of situation, slaughterhouse kind of thing. where basically, like, it seems that someone has kicked the Tarkanan nest, the hornet nest, in recent times, and they've grown much more violent. Not brazen, but they've certainly amped up their activity in the city. Whether that's
Right.
filling the void that the other gangs have left behind, or out of their own fury for the loss of a certain important individual.
If that's the case, then in getting closer to Twinbeard, I would be doing so with the goal of like, and I don't know if this is possible, but I would want to make him like my workshop hireling, like kind of recruit him and like, hey, this is kind of things are getting kind of, I don't know if I really signed up for this kind of stuff.
He is happy to like work, like he'll be your hireling, absolutely, but he isn't willing to like give up on Tarkanan. He's like, I'm gonna still go, like, I'll do your work during like the week as like my cover, I guess, living around here, and then he like goes and lives at Tarkanan by night and like stays there on the weekends or whatever. So he divides his time between your workshop and Tarkanan.
Okay.
But I will say this. I'll get to it depending on what you do with your time. So, what would you like to act like? What's your focus for the first month or two or two?
And you said influence mission or like influence like caning standing with anyone. Is that major or minor?
That would be made. It depends on you. If you
Uh,
want to just like make buddies, that's one thing. If you want to like really dedicate the majority of your month to singularly focusing
no,
on it, there'll be benefits, big benefits.
no. Then I guess like my minor would just be I'm tinkering around and experimenting and want to kind of make the form of my homunculus servant. And so I would go out and buy an amethyst for that. I use the wizard skull that Gron harvested from the tower, and then I also use the purple spider that we got from the little shop down the way. And yeah, I make my little servant drone thing.
Oh yeah, you make your little homunculus. Fuck yeah. And that's easily your short term, because that just sounds like the accumulation of materials and the casting of a spell.
Yeah.
Easily. Cool. All right, what about your major focus for the month? What is Darwin's like major, what you catch him doing 70% of the time? Maybe more. His job, for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, I guess I'd go more towards
You want some examples?
working close with House Kenneth and down in the cogs, seeing if I can make myself more useful there while trying to like learn a little bit more advanced like forging or crafting or fabricating techniques.
Okay, fantastic. So why don't we call this then like it's like a primarily like study research, kind of like improving your skill. Okay, excellent. Sweet. So you do some work. Yeah, so just above the table, unless anyone explicitly says they're dedicating their month to like just solid work, there won't be any financial benefits that'll go towards the like narrative paying for your bastion, you know, basically evening everything out, your daily living expenses, blah, blah, blah. So, Darwin, you go to work there, and, that looks like there is going to be a complication that occurs. You might actually like this. Let's see. Your study and your research is going to uncover something that not everybody should know, and probably is pretty dangerous to know, in fact, as far as your relationship with House Kenneth goes. And I'm going to send that to you privately. But there will be benefits to go along with it. I will tell you this. Okay, I'm going to send you what it is first. Sorry, I'm trying to decide how best I want to do this. Okay, I'll tell you what. Right now, if you're like, you want to avoid like learning something you probably shouldn't have, maybe getting you in trouble, we can work out a way that you save yourself from that. If you don't, you want to like play into the narrative elements of that and what that might mean, I'll send you the information now.
Fuck yeah, play into the narrative elements.
All right, and take an inspiration for accepting the life consequences of things happening.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ryan, how much is it for mini?
For a new mini, I think I asked for $8.
$8? Okay, cool. No worries.
It might be 7.
Yeah, no worries. I'll send you 8 right now. I just made
Cool.
one while we were chilling.
Got it. Cool. I'll double check whatever it is and whatever.
Yeah, no
it is,
worries.
if
Sorry
you
to
have-
bother you.
No, don't bother. It's no bother at all. Okay.
Nice scope music you picked, Ryan.
Thank you. Almost done here.
Take your time.
There you go. That is what you find out. All right. Let me ask you this. You were working to improve your skills as an artificer. Is there a tool you'd focus on, like smithing, tinkering?
Probably smithing, yeah.
Okay. Why don't we save until I say you're gonna gain like a static +1 bonus to all smithing checks for the next little while. You can have that, or if you plan to continue to do this in your downtime, I'll grant you advantage on your next downtime activity. Like if you wanted to go home and build a magic item or something, or smith something exceptional, I'll give you advantage on that.
And I'm good with the +1 right now.
Okay, cool. That will be a sort of like temporary mastery. Cool. What would you like to do with your second month?
Second month, I guess I'm going to continue working with Kenneth. But this time I'd want to focus more on, I guess, staying on their good side, if that makes sense, making myself not
Social allies, getting
yeah.
ingratiated. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. If that's the case, let's see how it goes. It's like I'm not asking for rolls because it's like a month worth of work, and at that point it just becomes
Yeah.
sort of like an average. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no complications come, and this is what I will say: you succeed, despite what you have learned. You kind of like essentially prove that you're trustworthy. You keep working. Maybe it's less about the working, but you kind of like go talk to these people, and you're like, look, you know that I know. Like, I want you to know, like, I've got your back. And you just start, like, you basically spend the whole month just, like, carousing, working well with your superiors, talking about them, and generally, I imagine showing your support for what you've learned.
Yeah.
Cool. So then this is what I'm going to say. You're going to gain... I'll let you choose. Do you want to gain a contact, like potentially very useful contact in the organization, or would you like to gain like, say, like a favor from them and a general, on top of a general understanding that we're cool?
I'll go with the contact.
Okay, cool. That contact will work similarly. It's less from like the house at large, more that contact where they're like, they will do something for you. And if you're like, hey, this is a big ask, but I need you to do this, they'll probably do one of those for you. Okay, cool. So we're gonna say that you gain probably like a major Cannith contact. I will make up that individual for you. Why don't you just write that down for now? Just write down like major Cannith contact, and either you or I can create the identity of that individual together.
All right.
Cool. So I'm going to bring it around to Nero just so we can be halfway through our party's downtime. Nero, you have a second month to play with. What would you like to do with it?
Okay, minor thing. Let's try gaining some insight into what's been going on with the criminal underworld since I've had to lay low since, the whole Silver Flame debacle.
Got it. Then let's just say that you become the source of that, like, rumor mill information. That you kind of, like, go, like, hey, what the hell is going on, sort of in the down low here. And you find out that, by and large, the gossip, the rumor, it's like 80% probably them, is that, yeah, that Tarkan, that a criminal void has been left. Dask has receded from the power they've gained. Boromar's pulling back to look in on themselves, leaving a bit of a criminal gap. And Tarkanan has stepped into that gap. And for whatever reason, maybe, I don't know, had something to do with the second in command being killed. That maybe had a very important personal role with the leader. Seems to have agitated Tarkanan greatly, and they have certainly ramped up their operations, which are largely based on violent crimes, such as murder, assassination, slaughter. So there is... You kind of share that with the group. You learn that, and you kind of... You're like, hey guys, you know all the rumor and talk about crime ramping up in... not ramping up, you were in the middle of a game. But you know how there's been all this talk about that the prominent crimes going around is like murders and assassinations and public slaughters? Yeah, that was Tarkanan. You guys can probably guess why. Considering the final events of Dragon Heist. So you share that with the group, Nero. So everybody's aware of that, thanks to you.
Do I understand how the High Raptors are doing with that kind of info as well, or is that just for Tarkanan?
You would understand that they are around. They're laying low like the rest of the Boromar clan because they gotta follow like if they're gonna remain low, they gotta still follow Sidon's general objectives. But you do know that Sidon has been slower to consolidate than expected, and you could probably infer that the High Raptors might have something to do with that. Okay. Quiet though their influence has been.
Okay, cool.
Can I just ask a small question?
Sure.
The killing from Tarkanan, was that just like random civilians in a square, or was it like at a certain place or certain people?
It's a mix. The rumor mill is a mix where you're like,
it was a bunch of different things. I didn't know if it was just like one faction was targeted.
No, definitely not. And the rumor largely about Tarkanan's business is contract killing. Like, they don't just go out and kill for the sake of killing. They are very much the knife, and there's people out there that wield the knife, if that makes sense. So they're contract killers.
I thought it was more so they were just angry, so they went and killed a bunch of people who maybe were important people.
Yeah,
but it was for money also.
Yeah, so like they can choose how they want to operate, right? They're like, okay, we'll take like 3 contracts this month. And maybe their status quo was 3 contracts. They've ramped up to about 6. Maybe they've doubled their usual intake of contracts. So they're not just going around killing people for the sake of killing people.
Yeah.
But they also kind of are.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Cool.
Yeah. Cool. So, Nero, what is your major focus for month 2? Just tell me your major focus.
You know what? I'm gonna help out at the Red Cloak Battalion. I haven't talked to them in a while.
Yeah, you can do a little work for the Red Cloak Battalion.
Yeah, because like they need some. It's not all hammers and war hammers and shields and armor and whatnot. Sometimes you need a sneaky guy.
Sure, absolutely, and you would note that some of their like true Red Cloaks, like one of them that's pretty active in Sharn is like an archer, like a ranger essentially, and they are a sneaky type. So yeah, you can head over. So is this for the sake of money? Is this for the sake of gaining a social contact? Is this for the sake of like what's the major focus of your being there?
I thought like making money and social contact would be the same thing, but actually, I'm leaning towards social contact because like that might pay dividends down the line.
Yeah. So it's like you're making money no matter what, and that all washes out.
Yeah, okay.
But you could be like, show up, get a contract, leave. Show up, get a contract, leave. Where you're there and you're gaining a relationship there, but you don't really talk to anyone. You're more focused on the work, or you kind of do a contract and maybe you make sure you're buddy up with someone, and you know what I mean. It's like the focus.
I help make sure that ranger archer guy is invisible when he needs to be.
Sure, absolutely. So yeah, you work on building up some sort of social contacts there. There is no complication as you do so, and I actually have a specific name to give you.
A name.
A canon character within the Red Cloak Battalion that you will be buddies with. So they are undoubtedly more skilled than you. Very, very obviously, they are more dangerous than you. But you end up making contacts with this, who essentially is kind of like it's almost like an apprenticeship or a squireship a little bit. But this skilled warrior is known as Mira the Huntress, and she is a lethal archer. That is her name. So you have gained a sort of social contact with her, and she's going to be considered your. You could like ask a favor for her, go to her for guidance, and you've just built up a good reputation with her.
Okay, and what's the name of the counselor again?
I can look into that. Let's see.
Thank you. It helps making friends when you own a bar.
It sure does. It sure does. Oh, as a fun note about your bar, like Ozzy, the dragon, like fully, now that he has nothing to guard, he fully hangs out there like all the time. He's like, Kaelin and him are like your 2 major like usuals around the bar.
I hang out with them all the time when I have free time.
Yeah, Ozzy turns out to be a really great singer, like a fantastic singer. Slightly surprising. Okay, your senator is this old ass dude by the name of, I'm going to post in the chat.
I thought it was counselor.
Yep, Counselor Sork Sensor.
Sork Sensos. Okay, thank you.
He's an elder statesman, brilliant orator. Cool. Okay, beautiful. So we are halfway through downtime.
Okay,
let's take a break. We'll come back in like 15-ish minutes. Those of you who haven't resolved your stuff yet, come prepared, and we can get through these soon enough. Cool. And we'll be back in about 15 minutes.
Awesome.
Sweet. That's a tally who needs to get their downtime. So, which of you 3 are ready to go?
I'm gonna text you some stuff so you can go to.
Oh, great. Secret.
I'm ready.
All right, Selena, what would you like to do with your 2 months?
As my major focus for the first month, I want to work for um, the Warden of the Woods. And then for my major focus on the second month, I want to work for the Red Cloak Battalion. And if I can do 2 minor focuses each month, then I would do the Esoteric Order of Aaron, the Templars of the Silver Flame, and then the next month I'd do the Sentinel Marshals. And then with my last minor focus, I would do relaxation.
Incredible. So why don't we just say, yeah, your major focuses stand, and we'll just say like throughout those 2 months, your minor focuses are just like staying in touch with all the different factions and getting some relaxation. Absolutely, no problem there. Okay, beautiful. So Warden of the Woods and Red Cloak. So, question for you: how are you focusing there? Are you just like grinding away to make some money? Are you trying to like make good contacts? What is your focus by working with these people, if that makes sense?
I want to work my way up through the ranks, and I guess a contact would be good too, but I mostly want to like work my way up.
Got it. Okay, excellent. Let's do it this way. So that's the focus for both. There's no complications. I rolled those already. Here's what I'll say. You do just that. You begin to work your way up the ranks. So much so that I'll say that like the Red Cloak Battalion, heavily considering you for, full membership. You gotta be pretty fucking good. Like that's like level 10 plus kind of membership. But they're locking in on you. You and Kadan are like buddies. So I will say you've gained this clout with them. And you've gained renown with them, and you're well recognized as like, at least as far as Red Cloak Battalion goes, like a candidate for like a full Red Cloak. As for like a mechanical benefit, we'll say that, do you want your favor to be through the faction, or do you want to make a contact? Like, do you want to gain like a really solid relationship with one individual, or do you want to gain like, if you called on the faction, there'd be like a pretty decent favor you could get out?
The faction.
Okay, so mark down on your sheet, you'll have gained a favor from the Red Cloak Battalion. As for the Wardens of the Woods, same thing. Okay. Then mark that down too. Favor from the Warden of the Woods. And I'll just say that like the Green Singers, like, they think you're the bomb diggity. The Green Singers come in who are like basically the druid's answer to Fey presence. They come in, they even bring out like, I'll tell you what. You'll love this. They form essentially like a small circle in Sharn that is essentially dedicated to like being like diplomatic with you. So the Green Singers establish a circle in Sharn that is specifically dedicated to like being at the beck and call of the Warden of Princess Selena Dewdrop of the Feywilds, and like understanding you as like a Fey entity, as like a royal, and like you're basically like their celebrity, and they form the circle specifically to like get to know you and understand you.
Very cool.
Same guy at the head, but and he's gained some clout because of it too. But yeah, you gain your favorite there as well. Okay, amazing. There you go. Good job, Downtown.
And well, one last thing. It's not really like a focus at all, but I wanted to meet up with the Viper a couple times.
Okay, you want to hang out with the Black Viper? Yeah, you go looking for her, can't find her, but she does find you thereafter, as she, maybe catches on, and she flushes up and says as much. What you are looking for? Is there something particularly shiny you need me to take?
Oh, we don't have to roleplay it. I mean, I was just like, I don't know. She like wanted to be friendly with the Viper.
Yeah, okay. Sure. Yeah, maybe you have like a very clandestine tea party with her every now and again.
Great.
Which she digs and she's super into. She's like, yeah, sure. And you guys have like clandestine, like middle of the night, like rooftop of some middle tower, like tea party. That's great.
Cool. Perfect.
Hey.
And they steal the
Okay. Tally, my friend. Are you still undecided?
I sent you something. I'm editing it.
Is it in Zoom? Where
It's in Zoom.
Okay. There you go. I got you. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Is this all private? Like, you don't want me to, like I'm not gonna like say everything, but you want you just want it to be.
I trust you not to divulge anything that doesn't yet need to be.
So essentially, I'll say like you want to work kind of with the factions in relationship to the Cyrans, right? That's generally.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem there. If you wanted to pick a faction to try and earn a similar benefit to what one of the party members is, like make a major got your back contact, or earn yourself like a major faction of goodwill and like good renown with the faction that they like know of you. You can absolutely do that while steering your attention towards like work related to the Cyran population. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is there? Yeah. So let me know about that. Is there a specific faction you wanted to like majorly focus on? Is that esoteric order?
If that would help, yeah.
I think like. I mean.
I don't know if
like,
Arcanon would be better.
I'll say this: the druids definitely don't work with the Cyran people. They're not really like working with a type of people in more nature. The criminal organizations none of them are particularly steered towards the Cyran people, at least not that we've explored in this game.
Yeah.
I would say your best bet is probably the Silver Flame, or the Esoteric Order, yeah. Because they're about generally like doing good in the world. And while all this shit has happened with the Silver Flames, like they're not like evil, they're not bad. They could be very zealous, that's for sure. But they are at the end of the day like out there to do good. So yeah, they absolutely go out there and provide like support in the function of like paladins or martial help or spiritual help to the Cyran people. Absolutely. In fact, they'd probably be like the major, like the more and more I think about it, they're probably the major faction of the bunch that like actually reaches out and helps out the Cyran people over probably anything else.
Okay.
At least from the factions we've explored in the past game. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure priests of the Sovereign Host do the same thing, but
yeah.
You know,
okay.
Sovereign Host. Yeah.
What will get me some swag along the way?
You want some swag, do you? Okay, I'll tell you what.
Maybe esoteric?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. We can divvy it up. Yeah, Esoteric Order probably has... They both, right?
Yeah.
The Silver Flame is going to give you access, like, if you want looking for swag specifically, they might give you something that's sort of holy based, like a holy sword, or holy relic, or whatever. Whereas the Esoteric Order would probably get you something that's more arcane based, more, magey, wizardy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could do 1 month dedicated to renown and favors and like goodwill, and then your next month could be dedicated to like, maybe earning yourself a magic item.
Let's do that then.
Okay, beautiful. So you're
nice and simple.
What are you focusing on? Esoteric Order, sounds like?
Yeah, I'm thinking esoteric.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. Excellent, no problem. So let me roll some complications. There is going to be
12.
there's going to be a complication on your first month, which is about gaining an ally, essentially.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. I like to do a cumulative milestone as well. So like if you dedicate multiple months to the same thing, do you a little better. So if you want, so if you're looking for swag, like you can either do it this way. You can either gain like the rep, like you'll gain rep no matter what you're working on, right? But if you're looking for like, so renowned here, and like not a consumable, a permanent magic item, we can do it that way. Or you can earn like big renown with like a favor or like a big contact, and then like maybe a consumable magic item.
Yeah. Is it possible that said consumable magic item could be a scroll here and there if I wanted? Well, I couldn't use it.
It wouldn't be like a here or there. They throw you a potion, like something you can use, obviously, right? Here's something you can't use. You're welcome. Be grateful. No, they'll shoot you a potion. It wouldn't be like a supply of potions or things. It'd be like, oh, you did a great job. Here's like a pretty valuable potion that we have as a thanks. But if you're like, if you just want to like really be working towards big reward, then they maybe give you something more permanent.
Let's go with the renown.
Okay.
Get that up and, consumable,
Absolutely.
whatever.
Then if that's the case, yeah. So first month, you gain like pretty big renown in the esoteric. Amongst the individuals who, like their agents that work for them who are not magically talented, you're like the top guy. So you're like their doer. You're like, yeah, like we got our guys over here who are mages who like study and like perform magic and blah 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 blah. And then we got our people over here who are like, they can't do any of that stuff, but they still serve like Orion and help us out with our magical objectives and whatnot.
Mhm.
You're in that group and you're the guy by the end of the 2 months. So they're like,
And it's leaning in on the fucking Indiana Jones shit too, like, locating artifacts, things like that.
Absolutely. So yeah, I would say that there's multiple instances, and you want to work with the Cyran. So we'll say there's multiple instances where, there's good and bad. Like where you go amongst the Cyrans and maybe you find that they've like found an important relic of the Cyran people, but you, alongside whatever associates you're with, recognize like, oh, that's pretty cursed. Like we better get that away from you. And while that maybe upsets some people, you end up helping the Cyran people, and people recognize that. But more often than not, you go in and you like maybe help find something of importance to Orion, or you help them find you go to the displaced Cyran people, and you're like, it belongs in a museum, and you like rip it out of their hands. They're like, but no, the best. No, so yeah, I'm gonna say you gain renown amongst the Cyrans. You gain renown amongst, Orion, and you're basically their like go-to guy for like a man of action when it comes to interacting with the Cyran people. So if it's a Cyran-based project, you're probably the guy they're gonna call up.
Cool.
So good renown there. Now your choice. Do you want to gain a favor with like a fairly important individual with the faction, or just like the faction as a general whole? So you want a contact or a favor?
I feel like a contact.
Okay.
Make
So
it
then-
personal.
Yeah, absolutely. So why don't you mark down in your sheet major esoteric order contact.
Okay.
I can figure out an identity for this individual later on.
Got it.
Whatever you want. As for your item in the next one, you do come across an item that they feel is better put to use in your hands than anybody else's. And yeah, we're going to say it's a consumable magic item. It's going to be a fairly decent one, especially for the level. Essentially, it's going to be a rare consumable item. Give me that tag. Give me, where am I? Consumable. All right, let's see what we got. Turn on those advanced filters. Some cool junk. All right, let's see what we got. Pick something for you. Esoteric key. This is.
I'm gonna send this message in our personal chat, just for future reference.
I'll tell you what, I want to get you something that you want. Is there like a direction you want to steer on this?
Not especially.
No, okay.
I'm not really sure because don't hate me for this, but RPG Bot doesn't really have the magical items that are really cool to have as a rogue.
I don't care. I'll try and get you something that'll be. This is kind of interesting.
If it lets me have a cool moment, I'll probably be happy with it.
Get a cool moment. Cool moment, you say.
Don't let that steer you, because it sounded like you were about to say something cool.
I think I got two things that are kind of cool for you. Roll me a dice, evens odds.
You got it. I will roll a D100 because it's
Sure.
2 dice. 31.
31, you say?
Mhm.
Okay. They give you a very unique potion. Maybe this is like one of the potions that you like got off of Cyran and they were like, we might not want you guys to have access to this just because like we want to make sure it's all good. And they end up giving you this very strange, unique potion, which they're like, there might be hag elements to it, but they basically come out of it being like, no, it's safe, it's good, and they end up giving it to you. It's called the Night Watcher potion. When you drink it, you have dark vision out to 120 feet. It is a heightened potion, which means this lasts for 72 hours, and during that time, you do not need to sleep. If you take a long rest, you remain conscious throughout.
Wow! That's
So
really
they add
cool.
that. Night Watcher potion.
I think you get your moment, buddy.
I think
I hope-
That's
I hope
gonna
I'm
be
good for you.
sick.
Imagine if I was a spellcaster.
Insomnia in a bottle.
Yeah, dude. Fucking wizard.
Insomnia.
Spend all fucking night in
The only
dark.
drawback is that the moment it wears off, you have to sleep for 20 minutes.
Holy shit!
It's just a spell. It's just a thing of delayed sleep. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think that was the best one to go with. Cool. As for the other thing we spoke of, I'm gonna say it definitely stirs some stuff up for you. Considering you sent it to me privately, I'm gonna I'm gonna sit with it, and maybe we can talk about it, and maybe we figure out what you want. If you know what I mean? I don't want to give you something you don't want.
Okay.
But I'll say like it definitely like starts to open things up for you a bit. I'll tell you what, maybe an intelligence saving throw. And I'll give you an advantage because like you've been at it for now. You've been at it for a while now.
Okay. With advantage, that is a 20.
Okay. Some things definitely pop loose for you. I'll say some things will emerge shortly in time. Like you just gotta sit with it for a bit, and that'll be my description for like give it a moment. Sit with it. There are some things I will give you right up the top that you gather. Maybe it's even being around Philippe, because he is a Cyran warrior for you.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things you come to understand, which you've probably already guessed at. The first of which is that you were in some capacity a part of the Syrian military. You're pretty sure about that. You are pretty sure that you were and are thoroughly a Syrian loyalist, and that there's no past of betrayal or ambiguity or whatever. Um, there's something in there that is very interesting. You do think that you do recall in their shaking loose is feelings of like joy and bliss amongst the war that you surely fought in, which was stressful and bloody and terrible. In the middle of all that, there was a bright spot. There was a joy. And you sense the presence of a woman you loved very much in there. A woman who is now dead. It is a memory mixed with great love and excitement and tremendous grief and heartbreak. But it doesn't fully wrench loose. And as you remember these things, the voices of these ghosts around you, you're almost starting to be able to really catch their words. It's very much like when they speak, it's almost like a voice like from the other end of a long tunnel or underneath or trying to hear someone speak while you're underwater. But every now and then you catch a very solid word. Maybe a name. Several names. Maybe just cry that comes very crystally through, or a happiness, or maybe you're starting to recognize that there are some presents that stick with you more than others, that more attach themselves to you than others. You get the sense that there's some amongst them that wish well upon you, and there's some amongst them that do not. But all of them, you are beginning to understand, as you surely already know, are at your command. Not their voices, but you can will them to aid you, especially in combat. That is growing. And we'll stick with that for me. And there might be more to come. Because I do have plans, as we've spoken of.
Right. And like I said, I don't want to fast forward anything because you are the architect of it all, man.
I appreciate that. But no, I want to. It's been a minute since we've had some cool Tally stuff happen, and I got you.
That was great. Thank you.
Cool. Glad you liked it. Last but certainly not least is our surprisingly dangerous but very kind new Cyran to the group, Philippe Gaston. You have a new place. You have a new city. Things are looking up. What are you doing with your 2 months?
Well, the first month I am going to focus on getting to know the people I'm currently working for. And during that time, they're going to get a chance to know some pieces out of his set for possibly Tally's interest is he does carry a sidearm.
How do they find out? You gotta tell me how they find out.
He'll probably at some point be in one of the common spaces, the kitchen space or something, and he'll be doing a full breakdown and clean because he has mastery. So you know, that becomes reasonably self-evident.
He's just walking by.
Yeah.
He's just walking by one day, like you're on the kitchen table doing that, and he's like walking by a corridor. Then he like backs up, kind of walks over, looks over your shoulder. Huh. Byron pin's dirty.
I hadn't gotten that far yet.
I'm
But
just saying.
thank you.
Just saying.
Um, you're telling me, Philippe, they don't find out because at some one point someone's making a ruckus and you just go, you like pull up your shirt, show off your piece. You're like,
Nope. That's not what that's for.
I
If
know.
it's if it's the workaday stuff, uh, he doesn't carry the axe for workaday.
Hmm.
He carries a club, a truncheon,
Oh yeah.
and he has mastery for club, and he has zero compunctions about using it.
He brings the right tool for the fucking job.
Hell yeah. That's the fighter, man.
Um,
That's the fighter.
for Darwin over the course of that month, uh, on either side of the chest piece on his breastplate or his armor is two runes will get etched in there over the course of that month. And they stand out really shockingly different. And any detect magic is going to get a positive return on that. We already know that he smacks people in the head with his fist really pretty efficiently. And probably in the course of working with the other veterans and bouncers, Nero will probably see at some point there will be some dust up with a couple 2-3 people who are throwing punches or bottles or something, and for the people who are close, he's got enough spatial awareness to be able to intercept blows that are headed to the people that are immediately around him. Staving off damage. Reed, he has the intercept fighting feat.
I'm sorry, I was muted before, but I wanted to go back to your armor. Like Darwin would have walked by and like, are those magical? What language is that in? I don't know if I know that one.
They're in Giant. They're from Zendrick.
Really?
Yeah.
And it this lets you. What did they do?
Well, this one is, and Philippe will give the giant name for stone. This one enhances my sight. I can see in the dark, and I can. I can sometimes put malcontents into a brief stupor where they are less inclined to cause problems.
That sounds especially useful, especially when that gives you ample opportunity to use that axe of yours, I bet.
Or to escort them out of a place, or to put the shackles on.
True.
I don't kill first by choice. It does have to happen because some people need killing, but it's not my first impulse. And he will pat his other side and give the name again in giant for cloud. And this is the rune of the sky. It grants me some insights, and it covers an old problem in my company when I first joined. I earned the nickname the Mouse because I was reluctant to engage in some of the social pastimes that is common for mercenaries. Not so much the drinking, that's perfectly fine, but some of the carousing I was less than skilled at. This has provided me with some insight into being somewhat better at that, and more importantly, in dire need, I can sow confusion sufficient that an injuring blow strikes a target different than the one the originator intended.
That is fascinating, and so much potential, so many options, so much packed into one or two tiny symbols. And you learn to do this yourself. Like, I've seen them growing. I imagine you're doing them over time.
They take time to put into this material, but once they're there, they're there.
Fascinating. I'd love to have you in my workshop. Like, we could. Yeah, I'd love to pick your brain on some issues. You could see my little Bob here, and he like gestures to the little skull drum that's been like following him around past couple of days after I've completed it. Like, getting the proper enchantments into what I need has been difficult at times. So, yeah, and if there's anything I can help you with in your crafting endeavors.
I will certainly keep that in mind. I must admit that I don't necessarily understand how they work, just that they do.
That's completely fair.
I've never been overly concerned with how a tool works, just learning how to use it.
That's fair. Very fair. Well, still, beautiful work, and really cool.
And probably also over that same period, it'll become apparent that not an overtly religious man, but it's not one of the religions that's really popular in Corvair. Uh, but he will periodically, um, acknowledge the 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 ascendancy and descendancy of the three dragons, as they go through their um, cycle. Um, and he doesn't necessarily talk about it, but it's obvious that it's something that he pays a degree of attention to. And that's pretty much how I'm going to kill the first month. Is primarily to get to know you all, and conveniently, I've been around, so the player has an understanding. Oh, so you're from insert stuff here.
So, sorry, what exactly is it that you're doing this first month?
I'm getting to know these folks.
Understood. Okay, yeah, we could chalk it up there. But I want to give you a benefit for it. So why don't we say that why don't we call it just like really putting your nose to the grindstone and just like working and maybe making a little extra money.
Okay, that's fair.
Cool. I did a little complication, just silly. The entire party betrays you. Sorry, you have no choice. No.
Get off the knives now. Stab him.
Everyone, get up! Our most valuable employee. Let's see here. Okay, this is actually kind of narratively funny. Well, fun and funny for me. Let's see. How much money? Okay, you are very well trained, my friend. So here's the deal. You're gonna make about 50 gold pieces this month working for these guys, just really grinding it out. You like break even 50 gold, but there's a problem. You do get fleeced out of half of that, 25 gold pieces, by some shithead in the bar got pissed off by the way that you escorted him out. You like maybe it was this guy that you like knocked his head against the table for swinging around like a glass bottle or something like that. And you ask around after your gold goes missing from a break-in, and you find out it was the shithead. He, like, ran off with some of your golds as like a revenge thing, maybe. What would you like to do with your second month?
The second month, I want to spend time getting to know Sharn generally, as I've never spent a lot of time here. It's always been just a transit point.
Got it.
So if I'm going to live here, I better know about it, and we'll start with the local area.
All right. Yeah, you make your way around the local area, you get acquainted, you see all of the various sites, the two smiths, the husbands, you see the apothecary, the herbalist, you visit Vincent Trench, see his whole deal, the competing and not nearly as successful, also Cyran Tavern, just beneath the Skyway. You meet Lyran, you meet Dover. Yeah, and you get to meet everybody. No complications. And why don't we say that, as far as Sharn goes, we'll call it a temporary mastery, +1 to all checks related to like modern day Sharn.
Okay, awesome.
Easy peasy. Whew. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, completed downtime. We did it. We made it.
felt like 2 months.
They said we couldn't do it, but we
It did
did.
feel like 2 months, but we did it.
Yeah,
Imagine
well,
doing six instances of downtime. Oh boy.
It was worth it.
Okay. Fear not. There will be probably no other downtime for the rest of the campaign, unless you
Oh,
ask
boy.
for it, of course.
Great session, guys.
They're not done yet.
You got about 35-ish minutes. Don't worry. Okay. At this point, all this time later, fucking Tailspire should have loaded. Oh, you're such a dick. Where is Philippe's? I purchased it. Why is it not giving me Philippe's fucking mini? Motherfucker. Oh well, it'll be here for next session. But anyway.
I also did send you mine, so you can have that for next session too.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I'll have
And
both of them
I
done
sent
for
mine
this.
for it.
Appreciate it. Okay. So here's what happens. 2 months have rolled by. And news starts to, like, no check at all. It becomes pretty big news. Maybe even featured in the Sharn Inquisitive, which is the local newspaper. Pretty big news hits Sharn. The Crown, Parliament, has elected to reopen the gates to Old Sharn. Now, for those of you who don't know, Old Sharn is the city that modern-day Sharn is built upon. But as some of you know from Tarkanon's lair, some of the background there, it was sealed off and closed off after the Tarkanon Rebellion, the original Tarkanon Rebellion, like long before the last one. And it's been sealed off ever since, considered to be still cursed with the magic of that rebellion and the Lady of Plagues and all of these things that was sealed off. The news is this. This is the reason why Braylon has reopened Old Sharn. Because this mage, rather infamous in fact, actually, I want to make sure that you guys would know, or if that would be public information. To the top. Yeah. A wizard, according to records, around the time of the Dragon Heist, maybe around the time of its end when you guys claimed the gold, maybe a little bit before that, a mage by the name of Halaster Blackcloak broke into Old Sharn illegally against Braelish law and uncovered these ruins, this secret entrance into this place, which has largely been identified as the vaults of Jasharat, which is an ancient, multi-leveled Ducani city underneath Sharn. So, historically speaking, as some of you may know, Ducani Empire is the ancient goblin empire that ruled in Corvair before the coming of men and mare, elves and dwarves and all that. So Old Sharn was built on the Ducani ruins, and then the current day Sharn was built on top of Old Sharn. These are those long-lost ruins of the original Ducani city. A city that is thousands and thousands and thousands of years old, still rife with artifacts, mystery, and has essentially been opened up for adventurers to delve, to explore, to basically like clear out its threats, uncover artifacts, sell those artifacts. It's a way of maybe bolstering the economy and also seeing to it he who has been dubbed the Mad Mage is perhaps brought to justice by an adventuring party. But one thing is sure, there is great mystery, great wealth, and great danger to be had in its multi-level depths. One piece of information that I'll give to you exclusively, Nero, that you may share with the group, is there is this sort of city beneath the city sort of integrated in there that you didn't really know about, but actually is a pretty important part of the criminal underworld. There's this place called Duskhaven that is very difficult to get to and very well hidden. And it is actually connected to the vaults of Josharat. And this is a massive modern day pirating, smuggling den. It is a small, hidden criminal city. How you get there, they say you have to venture into the vaults to get there. There may be other entrances hidden and known only by those who inhabit Duskhaven. But this is the big news. Adventurers beware. Brayland has opened up Old Sharn, and the vaults of Jesharat are open for adventuring with those the skill and the daring enough to claim their fortunes beneath. I will post the names of these things on the chat.
Okay. I assemble everyone, and I tell them about this, and I tell them about what I know about Duskhaven. And I might ask Ryan, would I know anyone who might know how to get to Duskhaven?
The fact that you know about Duskhaven is probably impressive enough, but no, you don't know anybody from or who has been in Duskhaven. This is sort of like the big criminals know about it, or the guys who actually operate out of there. But now the secret of Duskhaven has kind of gotten out a little bit because of all this.
Do I think I could ask somebody I know, a big criminal I know, how to get there?
Like I said, or probably, yeah, you probably see if you can't figure out if anything's let slip about, like, actually accessing it from the surface. But we'll get to that in a minute. But for the time being, the party has learned of this. This, like, several thousand-year-old vault that has recently opened. And apparently people have been sort of clandestinely at the invitation of Halaster Blackcloak entering and setting up shop within the vaults themselves. And now adventurers are delving in. By the rumor, people have already scrambled to get in there. Some have kind of been meat grindered already, and others have already claimed maybe a couple levels here and there. So it seems that it's already a ripe place for adventurers and dangers to be. But apparently the deeper you go, the more dangerous it gets.
Makes sense. So, guys, who's up for this? Fortune and glory.
I suppose it is what else do we have to do, you know?
You've been running the ball well enough.
Yeah, some of us have been productive with our time.
Some of us.
Yeah. Exactly. Me and Darwin don't know what the rest of you guys have been doing. But does it sound fun, guys?
We're gonna need a Gron.
Not saying that anyone could ever be Gron's replacement, but we do have a Philippe Gaston.
Aren't I the replacement for that Kenreg fellow?
Yeah, you're the other replacement.
Got it.
Yep. Anytime. Yo, who was cackling Who the fuck was I heard somebody
That's
cackling.
Darwin.
That was
Oh,
That'd probably
oh,
be.
okay. That shit. Wow. Um, damn, dude.
I'll tell
Yeah,
you guys what, if you're curious, your tavern seems to have become a very, like, the vibe in here has changed since this vault opened up. Your clientele is still, like, Cyran, but it's gone from being, like, 80% Cyran to about 40% Cyran. Because the other 40 that's taken over are adventurers who want to go into the vault. And this place seems to be the closest and most popular. It seems to balance closeness with popularity and quality and all that. So this place has suddenly become like an adventurer's haven for individuals who want to go explore the vault. So it seems that the central place to learn of this place is your very own tavern.
Hey, how much have we been getting paid for this? I feel like we haven't gotten
Enough to pay
paid.
for your bastions.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, boy, I knew he would do it.
Oh, you clever. I asked that question, but yeah.
Damn. Smart.
Can I signal like Philippe back over from, I guess, door worker or something?
Yes, sir. Can I get you something?
No, sit down, please. Obviously look at you. You're way overqualified to just be like pulling door duty. We are considering delving into the new vaults that just opened up. And honestly, this is going to be way more profitable than us continuing to sell drinks and rope and lanterns to these other adventurers. So we were wondering if you would accompany us as a full member of the Platinum Watch and join us as we delve into the depths, so to speak.
I would be privileged and honored.
Oh. Then consider yourself part of the Platinum Watch. You're welcome to get a tattoo. I know Nero got one. I'm not able to get tattoos, but
So the Unistripe paints got him, but he keeps washing off.
Tattoos are kind of a commitment, more so. We got to get a welder in here, and he charges by the hour. So.
You guys literally have a light cleric. I can like arc weld with my pinky.
Holy shit!
Didn't even think of that.
Let me just focus on my thing.
God, let me tattoo this guy.
That's sick.
I have some experience in runic engraving.
in what trading?
Runic engraving.
Oh,
And
yes.
Well,
I mean, I would not be opposed. Would your giant runes work on? Well, we could just talk about that after we get rich.
so what do you say, Philippe? Is this going to be your first job with the at the front? Well, obviously it's not your first job at the front. With us, doing what we do best, which is probably one or two of us die, and then we deliberate, and then somehow at the end of it all, we get what we came for.
I am happy to become the member of your group.
All right.
But I am not sanguine about any of you passing on, and I will do my best to see to it that that does not happen.
That'd be a nice change of pace. Yeah.
I've lost enough brothers for one lifetime. I don't need to make any more.
He looks at you like he understands.
So, where is this place we are going, which is full of glory and fortune?
Nero,
I,
all I know is down.
Dun, 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 dun.
I tell him the story. I tell him the story.
Right,
Yeah, you tell the
so-
story. As a quick note, as you guys are, yeah, literally fucking like putting your knives in your boots and all of that. Oh, didn't like when I did that by accident. Hang on. There we go. We're good. If you guys, yeah, as part of your preparation, would like to spend a couple of hours around these various dungeon delvers, see if you can learn any secrets, any information about where you're going. Might be cool to start off with something that not everybody might know. So who would be interested in maybe learning a secret about the vaults?
I would.
All right, yeah, anyone who wants to, you can. Anybody who would like to, I'd ask you to make me either an investigation or insight check as you ask around.
Insight or
5.
investigation.
5's a fail, sorry to say.
I'll roll investigation.
Yeah. You can
21.
do this multiple times, maybe not the same.
21 insight.
21, 21.
21 insight.
Damn!
Inspiration.
Nice.
It happened
That's a hat
again! The
Come on,
natural
Todd,
one thing
21.
happened again.
It's, how do I say this in a manner? 27 investigation.
Good job. Darwin, was there a roll from you?
I got like a 13 investigation.
13. Okay. Then it seems that we got 4 secrets uncovered by you guys. There are more, and you may roll again if you wish to spend another 4 hours carousing around the bar, talking with people, sifting through the bullshit. We're gonna go one by one. We'll start with you, Tally. Roll me a d20, re-roll a 19 or a 20.
A D20, you say?
Mm-hmm.
It's a guy. 15.
15. Jesus, how the fuck do I translate this into this? You know what, you got a different one. No, this is gonna be a challenge. All right, let's see.
Look at Ryan reaping what he sowed.
I'm fucked.
3 different books,
Okay,
and
here we
none
go.
of them talk about each other.
I'm down to 2 books.
Ooh,
I got rid of the 3rd. Okay,
Yeah, down to 2.
here's what you learn. It seems recent. Okay, this is good. I got this. Due to the heightened, shall we say, zealotry that sort of cracked down on profane worship by the Silver Flame, has kind of caused some trouble for some cultists of the Dragon below. And so, some of these cultists who are sort of routed in the deeps have come to the vaults now that they've been opened up. They've came in droves, in fact, and carved out sanctuaries for some of their cells. 1, maybe 2, maybe another. Halaster can't be happy to see them sort of occupying his vaults that he's claimed. But who knows? Maybe the Mad Mage orchestrated the upheaval, maybe pointing the Church of the Silver Flame there to cause this upheaval, to bring these cultists scurrying down for reasons beyond the comprehension of anybody sane. Who's to say? This is what you know.
I've learned nothing.
Ah, come on, that was so much! That's so much information.
You're good. You're good.
That's some good info.
Nero, why don't you roll me a d20 as well? Reroll an 18 or higher.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down the line. Woo! That took a little legwork to figure that one out.
2.
2. All right.
Dose.
The Mad Mage of I want to try to start saying this overly complicated name that I made it more. I didn't create the goal.
Water Havian Santikatapan.
The Vaults of
Josh Sharot.
Josh, thank you. The Vaults of Josh Sharot. The Mad Mage of the Vaults of Josh Sharot has destroyed himself, or has been destroyed many times. But his demise is always short-lived. Folks say that the vaults cannot exist without him. In fact, that when he opened them, it linked itself to his very will. And so it magically recreates the Archmage whenever he meets his end within the crumbling halls. Each time Halaster returns, less of his sanity remains. Dun, dun, dun.
So, is Halaster different from Josh Sharot? Like,
Yes.
Josh Sharot built it, and
Halaster
Halaster just
Blackcloak.
kind of moved in.
Yeah, Josh Sharot is the Draconi Empire vault that was uncovered by Halaster.
Okay, so he's not like the name of an original like mage that built it. Okay.
No, he's not the original mage who built it. He's a guy who kind of arrived here and has sort of installed himself as the leader of the vaults, and like they're his basically.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good.
No worries. Halaster Blackcloak. I'm gonna put that name in there as well.
That naming a bell at all?
Yeah, it is. You remember Benrick bringing up
Does
something?
to me, but it was a banned spell, so I don't know if
When was that? When was that instance?
it was the very first time I used spell signature right in the shop, and I found out the name was Halaster Blackcloak.
Oh, I'll let it stand. We'll say it was a magical phenomenon.
That was the only time that I would have actually used it then, because the other times I haven't.
Yeah.
So we have heard this name before. He created the eye thing in the purple shop.
Oh, really?
He's been around the block.
He's
now.
always watching.
Always watching.
Maybe there's an entrance there.
Ooh. Katosh, go ahead and roll me a d20. Reroll on a 17 or higher.
Wait.
Oui. What's that mean?
4.
Okay. Secret temples exist in great numbers in the vaults of Joshuat, particularly those to the Dark Six and the denizens, deities, whatever you would call them, of the cults of the dragon below. These are worships not welcome in the city of Sharn. The vile servants of these deities are locked in an endless war for supremacy in the dark dungeons. They say... give me a moment.
So they fight each other a little bit?
Yeah, they do. One of them does seem to be the mastermind behind all of this conflict, sort of playing one side against the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you who that is. And I'm going to tell you any moment. As soon as I go look through the list of gods and find out which one's probably the best for this. Let's see here.
Take your time.
Probably fitting that the cleric is finding this part out.
Absolutely.
Probably very fitting, yeah.
Just as planned.
A part of me feels like Katosh would just say names of like these abstract ass dream gods. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like from some other dimension.
Yeah.
fucking- I don't know.
All right. So the rumor is a Dark Six god known as the Traveler is responsible for all of this conflict and has sort of manipulated all of these factions into battling one another. I gotta remember all this lore I'm making up. I gotta write it down.
The good thing it's being recorded.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Eric.
Last but not least, wasn't there? Oh, Philippe Gaston. Please roll me a D100, or excuse me, a D20, and re-roll on a 16 or higher.
Momento. How about a flat even 10?
Flat even 10. Let's see what we got. Ooh. The river of the depths connects the 4th and 5th levels of the vaults of Joshurat, skirting the edges of vast caverns filled with trees, shrubs, birds, other animals, and even sunlight. The entire forest, as real as any found on the surface, waits to be explored, but an Archdruid protects it. Explorers traveling downriver have seen a huge green dragon as well, perching on a tower near a bridge that spans the river.
Some valuable information. You'll kind of want to spend another round in
Yeah.
secrets.
Oh yeah. What was the one Tally got again?
I don't know, Tally, what you got?
Yeah.
The cults of the dragon below are making like little enclaves and sanctuaries.
Yeah,
in there,
strongholds
so
and stuff.
multiple cells. So
Yeah,
their
okay.
entire
That's
faction is down
so
there.
funny.
And the Mad Mage might not like that, but
Okay.
he could maybe like that.
Okay, good
You're
job.
actually killing Ryan right now.
No,
We
it's
love you.
fine.
It's all
We love you.
recorded. It's all
Everything's
recorded.
good.
We
It's
love
all
you.
recorded. That's right. It's all recorded.
We love you, Ryan.
I'm just really bad.
I'll try to go for another room around, I guess.
Okay, I'll say that because it's 4 hours each. So I'll say that if you guys wanted to just spend today acquiring information on top of preparations, you guys can go for another round of it if you want.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I will do that. May I cast enhance ability on myself to yield better results?
As long as you can do it 4 times. Over 4 hours.
I think I can.
Then you're
What the
more than
fuck?
welcome, my friend.
Yeah.
Spell slots. I don't have those.
Yeah, they're really cool. You should try it sometime.
It's too complicated.
Wait, this is like all
You're
we're doing
smart,
today,
you'll
right?
figure it
That's
out.
decided.
This would probably
like
be all you're
prepping.
doing today. I would be
Yeah.
Okay,
surprised
all
if
right.
you're going into
Just
it.
wanted to make sure that's
Yep.
decided.
Yep,
we'll
I can do it.
It will take a long rest.
Okay, anybody who wants to make a second round of checks for secrets regarding this strange place, roll an investigation or insight check now.
One
do
person can take advantage.
I don't need advantage.
I'll
but
take advantage.
Yeah, if anybody wanted to like forego their roll to give someone else advantage and basically accompany them.
Just because just because I have to upcast it for at least one, so I can
Oh.
target an additional person. So
I'll
Got it.
I'll take it. I'll take that advantage.
All right, got it. It won't actually probably help too much. I'm sorry to say.
Nope.
Around.
Nope,
Oh.
did not help at all.
Okay, so Nero failed. Who else?
is this a second day?
No,
18.
18's a failure. I'm sorry to say.
Oh, shit.
16.
16 is a failure.
this is for more information? Like
This is
to
for more
start?
information this day.
It's gonna be a 28 on a nat 20.
Ooh, success. Who
Got
else?
lucky again.
Who else? Tally, what'd you get?
I got 11.
You failed. Philippe?
I know I failed. You don't have to tell me that.
No, actually, he isn't.
Oh.
He is going to spend that same period. The instant that he found out that there is potentially a dragon below.
Dragon below?
Well, he's a fear follower,
Hmm.
which is the religion of the dragons.
Yep.
So he is
I will say, in Aberon, as a reminder, unless a creature's like what they are is determined on their alignment, like say a fiend is evil, an angel is good, the laws of alignment are much looser in this game. So you can find a lawful good red dragon or a chaotic evil like silver dragon in this game.
Oh, without doubt or question.
Yeah. Just a reminder for the group entirely that alignment is a lot looser in this game unless it's dependent on what they are. Okay, beautiful. So I'm, by the sounds of things, only Katosh succeeded with 28. All right, Katosh, roll me a d20. Re-roll on, I think it's a 14 or higher. Two.
Indeed. 2.
Okay. All right, you learned something that I'm sure Nero's going to be very jealous that you learned about. Duskhaven overlooks the Dagger River, which is the river that surrounds Sharn on its south and west sides. A watery thoroughfare that cuts through the third level of the vaults of Jashurat. Pirates once used the subterranean settlement as a trade port, but now it's a monster-infested haunt where spies and assassins hone their crafts. Beware the fortress overlooking the river. Its garrison is committed by an evil knight with a wyvern mount.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna read that and be like, unless we absolutely have to, we're finding some other way here. I think.
Is there a way to map out like this knowledge that we're getting?
+4 intelligence, Katosh.
Katosh already has in his mind.
No, I mean, really, I don't know.
You can take the information that I presented you, and you are more than welcome to build a map of your own. This is just information I'm handing off, and you can organize it, do with it what you will.
Okay, so that was just Duskhaven Overlook. There's a huge stronghold that's heavily reinforced.
Duskhaven overlooks the Dagger River, which is a river everybody knows about. A watery thoroughfare that cuts through the third level of the vaults. Pirates once used the subterranean settlement as a trade port, but now it's a monster-infested haunt where spies and assassins hone their craft. Beware the fortress overlooking the river. Its garrison is commanded by an evil knight with a wyvern mount.
Got it.
So Philippe's 1v1.
Yeah. Basically.
He 1v1s with haste.
That's right. Everyone buff
Sounds like
Philippe.
we wanna
Everyone buff him.
We want to set up our new bastion.
I mean,
We could,
you could
dude. Let's take the Duskhaven and just turn it into our own fucking like castle,
conquer
man.
it and become the
Yeah,
lords of
man.
Duskhaven, dude.
Dude, I wanted to ask you, Ryan, like,
Yeah.
what happened to House Castle?
Oh,
Like the
it's,
house.
Oh, it's probably fucking empty right now. And no, you can't move into it.
Got him.
Oh,
you are not rich enough for that.
Why
my
are we
friend.
even
Well-
playing a role-playing game,
Well,
dude?
actually-
Fuck.
I mean, a council owes me a favor. Maybe I could buy
It would
that.
have been one thing if, like, you guys had, $500,000 gold, then you absolutely could have moved in. But
Those
Rub it
damn
in, okay?
cultists.
God
now that
damn
you
it.
have, like, a couple of hundred to, like, maybe 1,000 or two each,
The
that's...
squatter.
The fucking
Tally the
irony
squatter.
of helping them.
You
The
could go squat until a new family moves in.
fucking
keep in
irony
mind,
of
they
helping
are-
them
this
and
is-
now not able.
Well,
To
also
afford
keep in
their house.
mind, this is like the 1% of the 1% of wealth in Skyway, which means that, like, despite the fact that the Castleanters have been, like, locked up in Thrain in attempts to convert them, they still get to keep their house. Unless someone richer and better comes along.
Don't worry about me. This should work fine.
I mean, we know how it works, you know? It doesn't matter if you get arrested or whatever. You get put in a prison with tennis courts and you get to go home once you're done your fucking month there.
Yeah. Just keep talking.
Yeah.
That single ply prison toilet paper.
No, it's actually like bubble wrap.
So you like jump off and he goes.
Can't even die with dignity.
Die quite comedically. No, don't.
Okay.
Stop.
So, is there like a known entrance given that a whole bunch of adventurers already have? Okay, so we don't have to go through this Dark Haven or Dusk Haven thing.
It is very wide, common, known information that this vault is open to legal exploration by Brailish Parliament, as they have opened the gates to Old Sharn, and the entrance to the vault lays there within its boundaries, and people come and go and delve in and seek their fortunes and go in and come out. And next session, go ahead.
Or is it like, where is it in relation to the cogs, since like the cogs is hazardous territory, I guess?
It's above the cogs.
Okay.
Yeah, it's above the cogs. But as you descend into the vaults, you might find entrances that say lead to the edge or the cogs or whatever. It's a very unexplored, misunderstood, like nobody knows much of it yet. And you might find some ways in and out, maybe some shortcuts here and there. But next session, we may review some people around as you've been doing all this exploration who may have quests for you to achieve inside the mountain, because, you know, this isn't about going in and not coming out until you reach the bottom. You can go in, claim some fortune, come out, sell it, buy some cool shit, go back in. Nothing is forcing you to stay there. In fact, it's actually encouraged that you exit. And there will be some quests that might pop up that people might want you to do inside the vault. We'll review those next session.
Yeah, there's a question.